Looks very, very cool. I'm also excited to announce that we're working with Square Enix Montreal and Frema Studios to bring the fan favorite title Hitman Go to both PS4 and Vita. Also, Blue Mammoth Games has made platform brawler heaven with their game Brawlhalla, and I'm happy to announce that it'll be making its console debut on PlayStation 4 with exclusive content for PlayStation fans. Oh, and it's playable on the show floor here at PSX. Now, we are very fortunate to work with developers from all over the world, and our goal is to bring the best games to PlayStation fans, and we continue to bring the best of Japan to the rest of the world. Back when I was a younger tyke with a fuller head of hair and I started at PlayStation, we asked you guys what games you wanted to see with #BuildingTheList. And we've landed some pretty big ones. And today, I'm excited to confirm we've got one more for you guys. But first off, I'm happy to announce that Yakuza 5 will be making its debut here in the West on PS3 this Tuesday, December 8th. Oh, I know it's not today. I'm going to get crucified on Twitter, but it's on Tuesday, so settle down. But if that wasn't enough for you, we are bringing Yakuza 0 to the West on PlayStation 4. Let's take a look.
What's up, guys? Futureman here. Whoa. I gotta do a couple things, get some tea going. Thought I'd just pop this on live, and I'll be in here chilling and hanging in a second. I'll be right back, boys.
I think I gotta go with Dave Lang more often.
New emotes.
Our partnership with SNK Playmore brought Metal Slug 3 back to PlayStation earlier this year, and it was a huge success. And I'm glad to announce that we're working with SNK and Code Mystics again to bring Last Blade 2, the legendary Neo Geo fighting game, to both PS4 and the Vita. And in the world of SNK fighting games, I am extremely excited to present the next look at a PlayStation 4 console exclusives. The King of Fighters 14. Take a look.
八神、何度やっても同じだぜ。
貴様のすべてを灰に変えてやる。The King of Fighters 14.
How about that? I'm going to slow things down a little bit. And I want to bring a close to my section by unveiling a very special trailer from a developer that is bringing their first original IP to PlayStation 4, and it will be exclusive to our platform. Please enjoy Neo. Thank you.
Please welcome from Sony Computer Entertainment, Sid Schumann and Nick Sutner.
My goodness gracious. Woo. Well, they certainly are bringing the weirdos out on stage.
They are, and the weirdos get the best seats in the house.
They sure do. For all of you who may not know Mr. Nick Sutner here, he works at the PlayStation Developer Relations team, working with our PlayStation developers.
And I'm on our podcast with you every week, Sid.
You sure are, and I'm so happy to see so many people here. I was talking to a bunch of you online earlier. I know a ton of you folks came cross-country to be here. It's an honor, quite frankly. And I love this PlayStation experience. I love that we can do this kind of stuff. I love that we get to see all these games. I love that we get to talk to folks like you, folks I normally only deal with on Twitter.
Yeah, Sid and I love our developers. You know, they're a huge part of what's made PS4 success over the last few years. Actually, I'd like to give a round of applause to the developers that have worked so hard to make PS4 awesome. And, you know, they're also going to be here throughout the weekend. Go, please talk to the devs on the floor, play their games. There's a lot of awesome games here.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of awesome games, too, if you're watching from home. We have a giant live stream powered by Twitch. 30-plus demos, interviews, panels, the works. Check it out, live.playstation.com. A lot of good stuff coming up today, too. We've got new stuff with Hitman. We've got new stuff with Destiny. There's a lot of good content, so stay tuned. But first, I think Nick's got a little something to talk about.
We have some news. We have some announcements. One awesome announcement from a partner at Supergiant Games. We announced their game Bastion for Vita last year at PSX. Really just an awesome modern classic action RPG. I'm excited to say that it's out today.
All right.
It's launching at only $299. That's the cheapest it's ever been on a console. Full cross-buy with PS4 as well. And you never played it, Sid.
I never did play that one. I love Transistor, so it looks like a good moment to jump in. Yeah.
And you should really hop in.
Right.
Another one, too, that's brand new to the platform is the Bit Trip from our friends at Choice Provisions. This is a collection of their original 6 Bit Trip games in HD for the first time on a console altogether. $9.99 cross-buy on PS4 and Vita.
I think only Choice Provisions could take 6 games and call it the Bit Trip.
Not any old Bit Trip, the Bit Trip. And another one that's been long awaited, Sid, I know you've been waiting, from our friends at Vlambeer and Rami. This is Nuclear Throne, an awesome roguelike shooter. Also launching today as well on PS4 and Vita. Totally worth the wait, really exciting.
Great news. I've been looking forward to that one. And I know a lot of folks have been waiting for that one. We also do have a special treat for those of you who are gracious enough to join us here in San Francisco at PlayStation Experience in the flesh. If you came here, you're going to get a copy of Nuclear Throne and the Bit Trip for free. You like that, huh?
I like that we get to give away the free stuff.
Yeah. Download the Experience PlayStation app, that's what it's called, on your smartphone and check the rewards section. That's got the full details on how you're going to get it, but enjoy. One other thing we did want to call out, this is something really cool that we're doing this year. We've got these official collector's cards. They're scattered all around this place. There's something like 35 plus of these things. They're all over the place. They're hiding in nooks and crannies, so really scour the show floor here over the next two days. Get all over all 3 layers of this Moscone West. It's a lot to see and do.
Yeah. So we all love free stuff. We love free cards, getting free games. But we wanted to leave you with something to look forward to next year as well when you're done playing all the free stuff. Something brand new no one's seen before. This is from Stormcloud Games. It's also going to be on the floor later, so go check it out. But first, let's see the trailer.
What's up, guys? Let's do this. Let's do this. Can you hear me? Better late than never. I'm here. Boca. Nice moves. For the future. Thank you, Polka. Appreciate the support. Glad to have you in here. Thank you, my man. Brutal. That didn't look that cool to me. But I don't know. That wasn't really like a full-on trailer, so we'll see. What's up, Ego? Hey, Dr. Evil. Hey, Batoni, Necromus, Amber. What's up, Heleny Hellchild? What's up, Diablo? Oh, this is showtime. Pretty cool trailer. I guess if you like baseball games, this could be hyping you up, but it doesn't really show you how it actually plays. Like, it's just showing you, like, this is baseball. That guitar. There we go. The show. They got old school cards. All right. Last baseball game I played was
Scott Rohde.
like Ken Griffey's winning run from years ago.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited about this year's version of the show. San Diego keeps cranking out a great one every single year. It's been the best baseball game to play on PlayStation for nearly a decade, and can't wait for everybody to check out this game this year. So now I want to talk a little bit about a great new game called Guns Up. Woo! It's a great new fast-paced strategy game that's
Ric
very
Flair.
accessible, incredibly deep, and crazy addicting. I am totally addicted myself. So the core of the game has you building a custom base, recruiting and leveling up your troops, enhancing your battle plan with attack cards.
Let's see
and
some
taking on
video.
other players' bases around the world, earning valuable resources along the way. You got to be quick and thoughtful with your decisions, or you'll be overwhelmed by the enemy. And best of all,
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Guns Up is free to play on
Hey,
PlayStation
Snowborn.
via PSN starting today.
Today, right now. All right, let's see what this is all about. We just started watching Sinone's. I was a little bit late. I missed the beginning. Oh, is this a mobile game? What is this? It looks like a mobile game. Oh no. Is this a free-to-play, mobile game style thing coming? Is it making its way onto the consoles now? No! What do you do? Do you defend or do you play against another person? It looks like a RTS. Guns Up, free to play. Download now. Where's the catch? Where's the catch? Probably on the Vita. That's right, Amber.
Launch,
Vita.
PS Plus members will get a free DLC bundle that will provide you with everything you need to get started. Next, I want to talk
They're gonna
about
charge for money in that game.
Hungry.
Fat Princess Adventure.
She's been ready for a return to PlayStation for a long time.
What?
You can kind of see what I did there? Fat Princess is making her triumphant return to PlayStation with a brand new 4-player online.
You guys know this game? I don't know this game.
Loot dropping extravaganza.
Hey, what's
And
up,
great
Chris?
news.
Thank you, man.
Fat Princess Adventures
missed Full
will
Throttle
also
Remastered.
be available today, right after the show.
Available today again. Oh my god. You guys know this game.
The king, the princesses, they will all be mine.
That music.
Death to sweetness and death to you. And so it begins.
Princess.
Look at all
what?
of these people. Let's hope we don't get into any fights.
It looks like a Mario Party mini game. Is it like Gauntlet? Is it like
Kind of like what she's done to the place.
you fight each other? Like they didn't actually. I don't know what's happening in that game.
Be mine.
Thank you, Giant Ken.
Oh my god, it's gonna be game of the year.
I can't wait to see all you guys online playing the game. It's turned out super fun. And for everybody
No one's
who
gonna play
purchases
that.
before December 15th, you will get the Weapons of Might DLC gear pack for totally free. And Plus members are going to get a discount on the game as well.
You guys, I'm going 100% Fat Princess
And
Bride,
now,
or whatever
I'm
that
pleased to
game
welcome
was.
my good friend Ted Price.
That's our
onto
game.
the stage to show you.
That's
a
our
new
number
demo.
one game.
Thank you.
Original Fat Princess modes, multiplayer, capture the flag type game. Okay, top-down perspective. Okay, so there was an original. What's up, Starbar? Gauntlet Castle Crashers. Yeah, that's what I was feeling like. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's awesome to be here.
What's
So,
up?
you guys know Ratchet. Back,
How we doing volume-wise? We
a
good?
little history. Back in the fall of 2002, we were about to release the first Ratchet & Clank. Now at the time, Grand Theft Auto was selling millions with its gritty take on mob culture. Gran Turismo, you guys probably remember that, was dominating sales on the PlayStation 2 with its realistic depiction of racing. The whole market was moving towards games for an older audience. Now, by contrast, we just finished an old school platformer about a friendship between a furry alien and his robot sidekick. And I remember thinking, we're going to get killed. Nobody wants family-friendly games anymore. Well, after 13 years and many Ratchet & Clanks, clearly
I haven't
was
played
wrong.
these games, but
Today, we are finishing up Ratchet & Clank for the PlayStation 4.
I know there's
and
love
Ratchet & Clank
for this
movie
series.
is being prepped for wide release.
a movie! That's...
Now, while we originally envisioned this Ratchet & Clank as a reimagining of the original, it's a lot more. It features modern controls, new planets, new and improved gameplay, new boss fights, and an updated arsenal. This Ratchet & Clank will remind longtime fans why they first fell in love with the franchise, while inviting new players to experience one of PlayStation's all-time classics as it's never been seen before. So here's your exclusive look at the galaxy's greatest heroes meeting each other for the first time.
I should play them, Amber. I should. How many of these games have already been out?
Ranger. What?
Yeah, Taja's saying, just heard a lot of good things, right? Snowboarding, you already saw this trailer at the IMAX? Damn. Whoa.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oof. The art style looks cool.
Damage. Sister board appears to be intact.
There's like 4.
City. They
5, 4,
danger.
4, 5, 6.
Who's in danger? An army is coming. I must warn them. Hang on, slow down. You've been in a crash. What do you say we get you back to my garage? I'll run a diagnostic and have you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I appreciate the assistance.
It's no problem. So, what do I call you?
I suppose my proper designation is Warbot Defect B54296.
Maybe I'll just call you Clank. My name's Ratchet. Up and down. Yeah, there you go. You're a natural.
A million thoughts race through Ratchet's head. Could he repair this diminutive warbot? Would it be the key to the adventure he craved?
What are those little green goops?
On in the garage. The answer to all these questions was yes.
Oh, it's gameplay!
Hang on. I'll get us back to the garage.
Look at this!
Large gap where child's play to
It looks awesome. The lighting looks insane.
A rusty swing shot and a little bravado.
It gives me like little Jet Force Gemini vibes here. I did play that.
Nice work.
Nice. Grooves.
Blarg. What are they doing here? I have information in my database
my gosh.
that poses a threat to Chairman Dreg. He
This
must
is
have
like,
tracked my position to your planet so he could get it back.
you just don't get very many games like this anymore. That's right, there's all sorts of different weapons and stuff. It's just one of those games that you just look at and you're like, that looks fun.
Lock the garage doors and then head down into the shelter. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Copy that, Ratchet.
Whoa, is that a Blarg dropship?
This looks awesome.
Model X6Z to be exact, also known as the dropship of death.
The dropship of death. I love that. This is how you show off a game. You show somebody actually playing a little bit. This is the kind of stuff that gets me interested. From someone who's never played this series at all.
All the jobs Dredd could have given us. We got to look for some defect.
The Groovatron.
We've got a Groovatron.
The Blarg are all over Grimm's garage.
Oh my god, a Groovatron. Weapon of the year. Best weapon ever.
I got this.
Oh my god, it pixelized them out. That was insane. Oh my god. Look at how pixels, it's like a pixel gun. Oh my gosh. Awesome. Oh!
Coast is clear. Can you open up?
Insane.
Sorry about that,
This
Grim.
looks so
Listen,
fun.
Get my tools ready. I just found something in the desert I need to look at.
Interesting. What kind of factory is this?
Gosh, I miss so many.
No, this is just a garage. Lived here since I was a kid. Come
Oh,
on,
this is like
let's
the
get you
home
fixed
base. Oh, cool.
Once they were safe, Clank explained Drek's plan to attack the Hall of Heroes. With the Galactic Rangers out of the equation, Ratchet knew he had to help, even though neither he nor Clank had the upper body strength necessary for hero work.
I can totally help.
Oh, I could not ask a civilian to get involved in something so dangerous.
No, I'm not just a civilian. The Rangers are actually my, friends. Why do you think I have so many pictures of them?
But why are you not in any of them?
Well, someone had to take the picture, right? I mean, come on. I even have a ship. It disassembles so it can infiltrate enemy strongholds.
I can't
what do you
believe I
say?
missed these. The comeback is real, that's right. I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, you know? I just missed out on much. These spring 2016, we're gonna be playing it right here, guys.
That's Greg Phillips, our super producer from Sony. He rocks. Way to go, Greg.
Give it up for Greg.
Groovatron, right? Pixelator, pretty rad, huh?
We got some new emotes in the chat.
Well, Ratchet and Clank are going to make their big screen debut in North American movie theaters on April 28, 2016. But if you have a PlayStation 4, your wait's going to be even shorter. The game, based on the movie, based on the game, will debut on the PlayStation 4 on April 12, 2016.
Game based on the movie, based on the game.
Thank you guys very much.
Let's give it up right there. I'm loving that.
Please welcome
I'm
from
loving
Sony
that.
Computer Entertainment, Dr. Richard Marks.
That music, though. That disco gun from Ratchet and Clank, that's going to be my main weapon.
I love Ratchet and Clank. So, you guys ready to get virtual?
Oh, yeah.
So, PlayStation VR comes out next year.
Oh,
it's going to be awesome. The thing about virtual reality is, to understand it, you really have to try it firsthand for yourself.
Just missed it
It's a
go.
tricky thing to show it on stage or something. At Magic Lab, our job is to take new technology and create prototype experiences. So, 2 weeks ago, after we learned about this really cool stage layout they have here, we started making a new tech demo just for PlayStation Experience. Now, this is going to be a little crazy, but what we have here is 2 PlayStation VR systems, one on each stage here, networked together, and Steven Osman's going to help me show this. And in the middle, there's going to be a kind of a spectator view, and on each side screen will be what we're seeing in VR from the social screen. So, Sauce, can you take over here while I jump into VR?
All right, thanks, Rick. Hey, so here I am in virtual reality. Hope you guys can see what I'm seeing. I can see my hands here, and I definitely encourage you all to try it out for yourself. You'd be amazed how kind of
you guys tried this? Is
lifelike
this
and real size everything is. It really feels like my hand is actually over here, kind of moving around. All right, and I could see Rick over there. You see he's kind of getting self-situated.
It's going to be like some sort of Tron battle of gladiators or something?
Are we playing Joust? No, we're not playing Joust. But that was a good guess. All
Joust.
right, so you can
Look
see
at the arm.
You actually kind of get this really good sensation of like being up high, and sometimes that's actually pretty scary if you're afraid of heights.
Kind of like
but it's
shaking
really,
a lot.
Really kind of cool
Maybe
feeling
he's
to be in
shaking
there.
though. Maybe his arm's actually shaking. Maybe he's a little nervous.
And
so Sauce, I'm here, but I've lost my hands.
Oh no, he's lost his hands. Okay, well that means.
So I got no hands. So I'm going to be a little defenseless in this.
Oh no, they're doing it live. That's right.
I won't take too much advantage of you.
This is not fair, but. Oh, I can kind of throw stuff.
Oh, you've actually kind of got your. Look at that. Ooh, what is that?
So, Sauce, maybe you can switch between first and third person view.
All right,
to give them an
here I
idea.
am in third person view now.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see my body.
So this is supposed to be kind of a battle situation, and what we really wanted to do is be able to show you different characters, like how you could control a character. So the hands that get tracked, and then the head tracks. And so you should be watching Sauce's screen maybe, but more than mine.
All right, well, I've got a disc in my hand over here. What am I going to do with that?
Throw it
I'll
at
toss
him.
it over here.
So, well, yeah. So maybe you should try and hit my defenseless body here.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can get it.
I can still duck.
Oh. Oh.
Try again.
Cool. Oh, there we go.
Okay, that's not fair.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. All right, how about I set one up right in front of me and just kind of whack it over there, too?
Yes. But I can.
Can I do a bank shot? That's
I mean,
actually kind of tricky. Let's see.
This isn't too impressive. But they got to start somewhere with this stuff, guys. They got to start somewhere. It's going to be amazing someday. This might not be it, but this will lead to the stuff that is amazing. I believe it. VR is going to be awesome. This looks
I'm going to blame it on Rick's hands. Oh, there we go. Okay, there's
not
the shot.
great.
That was a
I
trick
think
shot,
you guys
wasn't
get
it?
the idea. So what this tech demo did is just give you a little taste
Tech
of
demo.
what PlayStation VR is about. Okay, that's not right. Stop. Now, check out this legendary masterpiece of light and sound. Thanks, guys.
Game of the year there, yeah. That didn't work out too great. That's all right. They just made that for the show real quick, you think? Okay. I mean, I don't know if I would have showed that off. .1080p True HD, 60 frame per second motion, 3D audio, and Res in VR. You guys know this game? Oh, you guys are flipping out. Is that person looking at stuff to shoot it? God, the stream is... I've never heard of this or played this. Whoa! Whoa! What is this on? What platform is this on? Is the music like reacting to what he's doing in the game? Like, I don't even, I'm trying to understand. He's like trying to move the cursor on top of purple things in order to activate them and get points? Or is he shooting? Or does he just have to keep it on them? Does he just have to keep their cursor on them? Do you just have to like look at it? Is he just looking at it with VR? It's interesting. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is so weird. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. We're like those gamers. Like, show that to a person who doesn't play video games. They're like, what the hell are those gamers doing? It was on Dreamcast and HD on Xbox 360. Okay. That's called Rez. Amber, we haven't seen that either. I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Please welcome from Sony Computer Entertainment, Asad Kizilbash and Adam Boys.
Ooh, nice little intro there. Nice little intro there.
Wow. What? Holy crap, what was that?
What was that?
That dirty
I don't know
funk.
what it looked like out front here, but from backstage,
That dirty
was
cowboy
some crazy
funk.
shit.
That was some super... That was actually Mizuguchi-san in the suit.
And just so you know, that was fully vibrating, fully laser light suit.
Vibrating for his and or her pleasure, depending on who's wearing it.
All right, how you doing, Adam?
I'm great. How are you, Assad?
Not too bad.
I got a question, though.
Sure.
Your last name is like a big mouthful.
Right.
So in like Scrabble, how many points is that?
Yeah. Actually,
It's like
I do know this. If it's 2 triple word scores, it's about 266.
Actually, I don't think
that's
true.
a fact. It also makes a great Harry Potter spell. Just so you know.
But no,
What's his
seriously, that's
last
not
name?
true,
I
'cause
missed
you
it.
can't do names, so it's 0.
All right.
Dreams. That's
Should we do
how I
this?
start my segment.
Should we get started?
Let's do it.
All right, okay, guys. Who is looking forward to PlayStation VR? All right, that's pretty good. That's right. So virtual reality.
I'm interested in checking
has
it
the
out.
capacity
VR.
to transform entertainment in a fundamental way, but it's through the joy of play that's the best way to experience these amazing worlds.
And every single person in this room knows that VR is the easiest to communicate through our favorite medium, video games.
Yes.
7 people? Come on, video games!
That's a crazy last name.
Right. So the good news is PlayStation VR will be the home of the best experiences and games in VR when it launches. And Adam and I are excited to share just a few of those great experiences that are currently in the works.
Yeah, let's get to the games.
Yeah.
There's a ton of
Let's
great
get into the
content
games.
coming to PSVR. Lots of playable here at the show. We've got Super Hypercube, we've got Wayward Sky, we've got Headmaster, we've got Harmonix Music VR, we've got Eve Valkyrie, Battlezone, and Worldwide Tunes. Yeah, and we're happy to announce that Ubisoft is bringing this next title to PlayStation VR. Let's take a look at the exclusive reveal of Eagle Flight.
Eagle Flight. Can you poop on people's heads? That is the question. Now that would be a fun game. You're a bird, and you just poop on different people's heads and cars, and that's how you get points. Whoa! Whoa! There's those pigeons. There's giraffes. I guess those are different players? Oh my gosh, Paris. Eagle Flight.
Beautiful. I love that you have 2-player there as well.
Yeah.
So it's great to see all these great developers working on VR. Also happy to know that
Who
our
knows what
Sony
it'll be
Worldwide
like?
Studios team are also
Assassin's Creed
picking up
Eagle,
some
that's what I
great
was
VR
thinking.
experiences. This next one is from our very own Santa Monica Studios. Any fans of Santa Monica?
A couple people are like,
Called Modern Zombie.
I
Let's take a
refuse.
look.
Just show us the games. Many years have passed since the zombie apocalypse.
I'm off to the pub. Let's go. Am I? Let's go and hit some people. Why don't you smash into some stuff?
Finally a zombie game. What? Oh my god. The modern zombie taxi company? What?
That is pretty crazy stuff.
Horribly unsafe. Horribly unsafe.
Exactly. Modern zombie, or as I like to call it.
Always use your seatbelt, even if you're a zombie.
That's like an LA cab ride.
Okay.
So it's something about being able to transport people to these virtual worlds. I think encourages developers to be a bit more crazy, wacky, and creative.
Super
right?
wacky.
Taking
And if you like
chances, I love
wackiness,
it.
Our friends at Alchemy Labs are bringing Job Simulator to PlayStation VR.
Job Simulator?
Job Simulator transports players in 2050, where robots have taken over jobs that you and I do. JobBot was created to teach humans of the future of what it meant to job, and his lessons up being
Oh my God.
and hilarious in VR. He's coming to PlayStation VR with an exclusive VR experience for a platform.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now, Assad and I were actually able, outside of our regular jobs, during our job, we went and tried it out, and you can see some of the sweet moves that we made. Got super dumb, real quick, real dumb.
You know, so I'm clearly drinking a cup of coffee with a donut. I have no idea what Adam's doing.
Who can say?
You know what he's doing? He's casting the Assad Kizilbash Harry Potter
that's what I'm doing.
I think that's
I'm
what
doing.
Here's what we're going to post
That
this
looks
online,
fine.
and you guys, let's have a caption contest. I have no idea what you're doing.
That looks fine.
Don't. Please don't.
I don't know how much longevity it'll have there, but
So let's move on. So this next title
it does look fun.
comes from a brand new studio, and it's from a team of developers who've got an incredible amount of experience making great games to really show off new hardware.
Highware Games, you guys know these guys? Is this creepy? Is this scary? Ooh. New studio, new IP. Soy. Yeah, soy. Come home from work and you can get right back to it. But at this work, you can make a whole mess. Golem. Interesting. They didn't give a lot. Oh, for PlayStation VR.
That's awesome.
Okay. We'll see what that is. They didn't give away too much. It could
So
be really
Golem
promising.
is an exciting new game made from the ground up for VR. And it's the first title from Highwire Games in Seattle.
VR.
It's going to make its debut exclusively on PlayStation VR. Now, we've been absolutely blown away by the interest in PSVR from developers all around the world.
They're showing a lot of stuff here. They're showing a lot of stuff.
We've also seen games with VR modes that take on an already fun game, add VR into it, and transform it into a completely different experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, no Goblin caught our eye when they made the insane limo-driving FMV game Roundabout, where you just basically skid around like a mad person. So we were curious and very concerned about what they're up to next.
And what are they doing next?
I bet if you look at the title, you'd have no idea. But the logical choice was maybe to take like a robot sports simulation combat experience, debut it exclusively on PS4, and you guessed it,
Robot
add in a little mode
simulation
for PSVR. How does that sound?
Combat
Why not?
VR?
Perfect. Should we take a look? There we go. So I bet you guys won't be able to guess what kind of game it is by seeing the title. Let's check it out.
No Goblin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the start of
The game we've all been waiting for, guys! Demolish your way to par. What? I love it! I love it!
Sir, you can't possibly be considering activating Project C. I'm telling you, there's no way.
Let's do it, let's do it.
We're out of time.
A corgi with VR on.
Prepare the other pilot.
Oh my god, this art style.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, yes.
You know, again, what I love
They're not
about
as
it is the
enthusiastic.
mysterious title where
Get
you
me
have
in
no
there.
idea what the game's about.
I think it's 12-foot werewolves who play foosball.
Looks
Okay,
ridiculous.
so before we leave VR, there's one other game that's coming to PlayStation 4 that's got a fantastic VR integration. It's a franchise I personally love.
VR is just very ridiculous. I think that's what they
mean.
mean.
Falcon Fighter. Do you want to tell them what it is?
It's one of my favorite Bandai Namco franchises, and it's celebrating its 20th anniversary, making a triumphant PlayStation return with a great VR integration and exclusive to PSVR.
He likes it.
Oh shit. What is this? Evangelion? That guy in the crowd. Oh. Oh. Oh! Hit the brakes, Tom Cruise style! Oh shit, those missiles just flipped right around. So much for those nice maneuvers. Goose! Yo, Maverick. Oh no. Oh. You're mine. Ace Combat 7. Were those continuously good? I had a friend whose dad really loved those games. They were kind of interesting.
PSX is really my most anticipated show of the year, and I want to take a minute, go a little bit off script, and just thank every single fan that's here in the audience for taking your big, long trips from across the country, from different countries, from different towns, and coming in and joining us here today. Pretty amazing. I'd love to give yourself a round of applause, guys. Thank you for that. Thank you. And I want to take 1 second. There was this guy in Montreal, 18-year-old guy that saved up for a couple weeks to come to PSX, and he couldn't make it. His mom at the last minute, 18-year-old kid, said, you can't go. So to Brian Ferreira in Montreal, Quebec, this is for you, buddy. Let's talk about some more video games.
That's pretty cool for that guy. But also his mom, like, what the hell?
In a Destiny universe in September. I've had so much fun playing the Taken King.
We need more of that story.
And the PlayStation Nation. I got a raid
Destiny,
group last
here you go,
weekend
Destiny
on Twitter.
fans.
Shout out to those guys for bringing me through. That was amazing. Tonight, I'm excited to announce a brand new event coming this month to Destiny the Taken King. Let's check it out.
The Taken King. This game, I heard they just have made more and more improvements. It's gotten better and better as they've gone on. It's gotten better and better, and these expansions are supposed to be pretty fun, actually. Oh, is this about racing? What? For 3 weeks. Okay. It's kind of like Extreme G. Almost. Common Racing Legend. There's some actual gameplay. They're showing us a lot of different... Wahoo! Fireworks, alright.
Sparrow Racing League begins December 8th. Exclusively.
You're a Destiny, you know, fan. That could be pretty cool. I don't know if it's a reason for me to pick it up. A couple of people clapping. Mostly
Now,
not.
this is the first time I got into Sparrow and Destiny. I just want to race that MF all around.
Are those
the map.
fun?
And I
Are
finally
those
get
fun to race around?
The
All
best
right.
part is Sparrow Racing is free for anyone that owns the Taken King. And
Destiny
great news
Kart
for
64,
everyone that's
yeah.
here at TSX, Sparrow Racing League is playable right here on the show floor today. Yeah. And as you guys saw, it debuts in-game on Tuesday, December 8th. And of course, there's always more Destiny on PlayStation now and throughout 2016. PlayStation gamers will have access to an exclusive Sparrow Racing League quest, which rewards an exclusive Sparrow. Not only that, but the next series of Iron Banner events bring an all-new set of armor launching exclusively on PlayStation. Yes, it's my Warlock right up there. Where my Warlock?
Who is it?
Yes.
It's your mom.
What's up? Don't nerf it, Luke Smith, or else down.
It's your mom. Nice moves.
Throughout 2016, PlayStation
Did that show up in the chat? I don't even know where that came from. There it is. There it is.
So earlier this year, I was
Get
up
back
at
in
PAX,
here. 6
and
months.
the moment that I saw this next game, I instantly fell in love. From the makers of Torchlight, this is Hob.
God, that noise. I gotta turn that down a little bit. It's in your face. This looks pretty cool. This looks pretty promising just from the way the art style is. Whoa. Oh my god, violence. You've got one big old metal arm that can do different things. I wonder if there'll be different looking environments though. It's kind of all like green forest. I wonder if they'll get into something else. Insane. Haney. Nice moves. Thank you guys. Double 6 months. Double 6 monthers. Much appreciated. Thank you guys. Worth checking out. Worth checking out. Interesting.
So
Interesting.
that's a quick snippet of what all the great stuff that Runic Games is working on. Hob will be making its console debut exclusively on PS4 and will be playable right here at the PlayStation Experience. Now, Level 5 is known as one of the premier RPG developers.
Level 5, you guys know these guys?
And we've had a long, great relationship with them. An original game in this next franchise quickly became a fan favorite for its unique characters, beautiful art style, and true legit JRPG status.
I'm so bad at
Please enjoy
developer
the worldwide
names.
premiere of this exclusive PlayStation 4 title.
Exclusive?
I am Evan Pettywhisker Children, King of Ding Dong Dell. Who are you?
Never mind who. The question is where. They're here for you. We need to leave.
It's like a cartoon video game. It's like 3D though.
It's a coup. It is the dawn of a new age.
These guys made Dragon Quest. Oh, awesome.
You'll be a wonderful king.
Rebel Galaxy's awesome. Yeah, we played that. I see some hype going down in the chat. You guys know this?
This is where it all begins, King Evan.
King? Godzilla. Gojira. In a world consumed by darkness. That snake helmet, though.
I'll never give up.
Ooh.
I promised her. I'll build a kingdom where everyone can live happily ever after.
Yahoo! I true king is born. Alright, okay. Okay, anime. Little anime-ish there. I can get down with that. What's up, Antarctic Anaconda?
How amazing does that look?
Mega Pleb's not down. Looks like Cobra Commander. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So this last game is one that I haven't been able to get out of my mind since I first saw it a few months ago in North Carolina. Please join me in welcoming Steve Superville and John Wazelchuk from Epic Games.
Epic Games. I definitely know Epic Games.
So, before I get started, I want to say that Epic Games is thrilled to be here today on the PlayStation stage. We're here today to announce that Epic is making a MOBA, and it's called Paragon. Like all of you, I've played a ton of games over the years, and some of my most vivid memories come from MOBAs. Thrilling escapes, clutch saves, spectacular team fights. At the same time, Epic is known for intense, iconic experiences like Gears of War and Unreal Tournament. So with Paragon, we put you in the fight.
We're making a MOBA that honors the genre, but also fits who we are, with explosive action, direct third-person control, and deep strategic choice.
I'm listening.
The best competitive games are built together by players and developers. We can't wait to play this game with you when it comes to PlayStation 4 and PC in 2016. Introducing Paragon.
Let's see what we got here. I don't really play MOBAs, but I haven't really checked them out, so I know they're insanely popular. This looks cool. Art style looks cool. Whoa. Yeah. Archer. Double pistol guy. Whoa, I don't even know what that was. Shotgun guy. Oh god. That M83 soundtrack though? Okay. I was all about this album. Oof. Whoa, a comet from another dimension. I mean, the thing is, the game isn't gonna look like this at all. Woo! Yeah! Cinematic trailers that look nothing like the actual gameplay. Paragon. Early access, spring 2016, open beta, summer 2016, only on PlayStation 4. I think they're expecting people to be cheering that whole time, I guess.
One more video. In my day, we were happy to watch shadow puppets, and sometimes we'd...
Wait, did something just get messed up? I don't know what just happened.
One of them.
Chili Billy, man. Clack, we got some new emotes, that's right. What's up, Tiger Steel? If they go first person like Overdrive, Starbar, if that's what I was thinking. It stylistically looked really cool.
All All right, you hooligans. Go downstairs and play some games.
PlayStation. Like Overwatch, yeah. Like they make it into a first-person one, yeah. Overdrive. Overdrive. Put it into overdrive. Oh, is that a break? Damn, look at all those people there. A lot of people go to this. How many years has this been going on?
Wow, that was a crazy show here. The keynote was super impressive keynote. It's amazing. The crowd is filing out now, and there was so much to see. We had incredible announcements from Black Ops. We had announcements of a brand new Street Fighter V character that we didn't even know existed. They just kept coming with
missed that.
one hit after another of incredible content that is all coming here to PlayStation. A lot of
I
which
missed
you're
like
gonna
the
be able
first
to
hour.
experience right here at the PlayStation Experience all weekend long. We got a great
Oh
look
my
at some new
God.
VR stuff. Fans are really excited.
Fans are really excited. There's always that guy.
Wait to play that game. Sid was up here with Nick, giving away some free cool stuff. A lot of things are releasing today, some free to play, some that are, discounted for PlayStation Plus members. It's incredible. I could go on for hours about all the amazing things we saw here, but thankfully, we've got all weekend long. So we're gonna head downstairs to the live stream and check in with Sid and Anthony and get their thoughts on this incredible keynote.
This coverage is all day, right?
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience 2015 livecast day 1.
That's a nice
What an
little setup they have there.
amazing
Damn.
keynote. I'm Anthony Carboni, here alone for right now because everybody was in at the keynote. Sid is going to be joining me in just a moment. I believe Sean Layden's going to be heading down to talk to us about all of the amazing stuff that we just saw.
So they're going to do a little recap, I guess.
It was like hit after hit after hit, just from go. Let's kind of go back over some of the amazing highlights of this.
Here's the recap, I guess.
So, like Meredith was saying, Fang, PlayStation exclusive character to Street Fighter V.
Fang, I missed that.
Battleborn with an exclusive beta character for PlayStation players. We got Toby, who is a penguin in a mech suit because Gearbox. There was an amazing. There was an amazing announcement, 2 amazing announcements that really changed my life. And Sid is just running up now, so I can break down over these announcements, and Sid can just keep the thing going. Because Sid, I had a dream, Sid.
You had a dream.
I had a dream that I saw Mizuguchi in a silver suit.
I'm going to join you over here, actually. It's a little more cozy.
There we go.
I had a dream that Mizuguchi was in a silver jumpsuit playing Rez in VR.
You didn't have a dream. That was reality.
With a brand new area.
Alright, so there's like Street Fighter V announcement of new characters. There's a tournament tomorrow. What's up, TS? Yeah, we're chilling, my man. We are chilling. Dude. Seems like there's a lot that they got lined up here. Let's just keep checking it out. Hey, what's up, J-Ron? Everybody.
With a brand new area
that
we have never seen before.
VR, they were showing a lot of VR stuff.
Now, you were telling me last night that you've picked up Rez on like every console that's ever been available.
I've had Rez on the Dreamcast, I've had it on the PS2, and
Rez, that's what you guys were saying. It's crazy.
All of them. I'm going to get this one as well.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it was a strong show, I think, overall for PlayStation
100-foot
VR.
golf robot.
PlayStation VR games. We saw
hey, Greg.
Crazy vision of what might be possible with VR. Dr. Rick Marks was up on stage there.
100-foot robot golf.
That's a big one.
100-foot robot golf. The title is also the game. It's a promise, Sid.
They had me at robot golf.
Yes.
They had me at 100 foot.
Yes.
And everything, you add it all up, it's a must-buy, I think.
Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, tons of amazing showings at VR. I mean, amazing showings for everything.
Everything. There was
amazing showings for the PS4. Amazing showings for the Vita.
Indeed,
well.
yes.
Nuclear Throne.
Yeah, that's out
launches today.
That's out today on PS4 and Vita. What's cool too is it was a lot of fun for me.
Nuclear Throne, I've never played. It actually looks really fun though.
Our favorite Nick Sutner, our favorite bearded gentleman.
You guys, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Okay.
Who's here at the show and
We're gonna keep hanging and watching this. This is cool.
They're all going to be getting
Be right back.
Nuclear Throne and the Bit Trip, which is 6 of these classic games all combined into one. But they'll get both of those games for free.
So awesome.
So cool. And
Moose King VR looks insanely cool. Well, it'll get there.
PlayStation app.
Be right back.
It's on PlayStation blog, very easy to find, and that'll have full details if you look under the rewards section. So.
But also, like, just giant announcements from giant games and giant franchises as well. Started off the whole thing with Call of Duty 3.
Yeah, actually, even before that, Final Fantasy VII Remake. How could you forget that one?
What?
That was out of nowhere. That was out of left field. I mean, I think E3, this E3 2015, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake confirmed. The fans, this is like a fan dream come true, and we saw this sort of initial teaser cinematic, but we saw gameplay today is what it looked like.
Yeah, E3 was basically just sort of like this Ken Burnsy slideshow of Midgar, right? And like that's what we saw, and we were like, okay, they've started it. It's started.
Yes.
But this, just months later, we're seeing gameplay. We're seeing the fighting system, which looks to be more along the lines of a modified Kingdom Hearts or the new Final Fantasy fighting system. So we're seeing like a lot of changes. We're seeing the progression of this game very quickly, much more quickly than I would have thought.
Definitely, and it looked great. I know it's early. It's we don't know when it's coming yet, but looked really good, and the crowd went bananas for that one, as you might expect. There's a lot of other great stuff too. I mean, it's on and on. I mean, of course, we got to talk a little bit about Paragon. Now, I was ducking out. I was in the hallway, so I only caught a glimpse of it. What did you catch there? I know this one has a strong MOBA influence.
Yeah, it kind of came out of left field for me to see Epic making this MOBA, but it looks really amazing. I mean, it's got this gorgeous look to it that I absolutely enjoyed right off the bat.
Yep.
And then as it kind of faded up, and I'm just looking, I'm like, I'm seeing lanes, and I did not expect to see lanes. This came out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, it's a real MOBA, but I mean, I think what Epic is going for is this is sort of the MOBA that anybody can play, that anybody can appreciate. And we saw a few other games that have MOBA influences too. Of course, we got a big update on Battleborn. Randy Pitchford from Gearbox up on stage, walking us through that one.
Toby.
That's right. The beta's coming first on PS4. I know that was one big piece of news that came out of that. Yeah, I mean, just a lot to take in. I mean, I'm still processing.
Sparrow Racing League.
That's huge. That's huge. Whoosh. Indeed. Now, this is another one.
Sparrow Racing League. Since the game launched, I was like, look at these gigantic, long pathways, you know, and you bring out your Sparrow. Your Sparrows are not really used heavily in combat areas. They're not used. I'm like, what is going on with this? And I was like, I'm going to be able to race these. When am I going to be able to race these? The answer is in a few days.
Very shortly now.
Which is awesome.
And we are actually going to have a new look at that as well right here on PlayStation Livecast. A lot of good stuff coming up here today. Very shortly. We're going to have Hitman. They're going to come up. They're going to show us some new stuff from Hitman that's coming to PS4 soon. We have Paragon stopping by. They're going to have never-before-seen gameplay. That's going to be brand new. We're going to see it here first in just a few minutes. So, folks, if you're watching, you should stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Boy, lots to digest.
There's so many good things.
Yeah, I mean,
Psychonauts is in VR too, you guys.
Psychonauts coming to VR. That's huge. Big, honestly, big show for Double Fine.
Yes.
Big show. Day of the Tentacle.
Full Throttle.
Yes.
Which came out of left field.
The cult classic.
He has hinted before. He was like, oh, there's like one more game that I would remake if I could.
Yeah.
He was hinting that to me just like a couple months ago at IndieCade. He's like, I think there's one that I'd like to do. I was like, I know what you want to do. I know what you want. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
I want you to do it. And he is.
That's right.
Amazing.
So Day of the Tentacle remastered, Full Throttle. Obviously, the other night at the Game Awards, he announced there's a Kickstarter for Psychonauts 2. Fig, yes, indeed. There's a crowdfunding campaign for Psychonauts 2. So we'll see how, and that's performing very well.
I am having a surprisingly hard time convincing my wife to cash in our savings and sell everything we own to just invest in Psychonauts 2. I'm trying to explain to her that this is our future, and we need to take it seriously. And we need to take all the money we've invested in everything else, all $57 that we put together, over our working lives and put it into Psychonauts 2.
It's a good investment.
She doesn't seem to think so. I can't figure it out.
It's a great ROI on that.
I think so.
Oh, yeah. So, boy, what else did we miss? I mean, I know there's a lot of games launching today. Guns Up is out today.
Guns Up is out today. We saw Ni no Kuni 2.
Yes.
Which is huge. That's a beautiful looking game.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I mean, the first game on the PS3 was obviously incredibly gorgeous. One of the best looking games on the PS3.
It was.
This looks even better. Even better. I mean, we're getting to the point now where I genuinely feel like I'm watching a Ghibli film when I'm looking at it. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like this looks like a Ghibli. No, this is
yes.
a Ghibli film.
Yes,
What is going on?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I love that that one came out.
Oh, hey, Mare.
Hey, Meredith.
Oh, hey,
join us
Meredith
here.
Molinari.
Yeah.
I literally just like, oh, God, down here. This place is so packed.
It is jam-packed. There are thousands of people here.
What is the bit that made you squee? Because you know it was Rez for me, but what was it for you?
For me, honestly, surprisingly enough, Modern Zombie Taxi Company. That freaking game looks.
Meredith, are you wearing a microphone while you're talking to us?
Mic'd here.
I ran all the way down here, so excited.
Go get a microphone.
Go get a mic.
I'll just lean in.
Go get a mic.
We'll see in a minute, yeah. So lots more to...
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
So say again what you love.
What made me squeak was, surprisingly enough, I had no idea, I had never heard of this game before. Modern Zombie Taxi Company.
Yes.
It's so adorable and stupid and funny. And I was sitting backstage.
What's up, guys? What are we doing? Just recapping still?
And we were laughing our butts off about that game. It's
The
hysterical.
moment where he looks over, where the zombie driver looks over, and his zombie kid is just sitting there with his head flopping, was so hilarious.
Or
So
the zombie baby coming at you at the very,
What's up,
very
Ager?
end.
So much good VR stuff. So
Ratchet
much
and Clank,
VR
we're
stuff.
definitely
And,
gonna play
like I
that.
said when they came out and they were doing the initial demo.
VR stuff.
It's so hard to show off VR
It's
without
truly difficult.
actually getting people into it. But I felt like
He's got a good point. That's
even
true.
if you have not gotten into a VR helmet, it would have been very hard to watch that roll of clips and not get excited about those games just on their own.
Right.
I don't know if you guys mentioned this already, but I was totally blown away by Psychonauts Rhombus and the Ruin.
Psychonauts, did they show some of that stuff? I missed it. Damn it.
Did you notice
Was that what made
We
you
missed like the
squeak?
first hour.
Did you notice the telltale pose that the lead character struck there?
Yeah, the Palmer Lucky cover.
Elite Dangerous and Hawken. Yeah.
That's funny. Great sense of humor there.
What was your favorite VR moment, Sid?
Oh boy, my favorite.
The
VR
space
moment.
game's gonna be
I mean,
insane.
I mean,
What's up,
Rez,
Lord Lou?
Infinite.
Hey, Rotor Baron.
Infinite.
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 Moose King,
Which is
alright,
not-
cool.
Some people have been asking me on Twitter already if it's VR only. It's not VR only.
Right.
But
They
there
did show
is-
some Final
you can
Fantasy
play
VII
it.
stuff.
And I think it's like a match made in heaven for VR, quite
Absolutely.
frankly. And that crazy suit, that was something else.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
He loves, dude. Mizuguchi has always done that though. He's so. You remember when he was showing off the first red? He dyed his hair like silver, like bright, glowing, shiny silver to show off.
Yeah, VR is gonna be cool. We're not there yet, but it's like we got prototypes. I'm really excited to see what the VR stuff actually ends up being.
He's got a flair for the dramatic.
It's gonna be the next level of gaming. It's gonna be taking it to the next level without a
You guys
doubt.
gave away some cool stuff on stage.
We just
You
gotta
guys
figure
see
out how to make
up
games
there?
for it.
Nuclear Throne today.
Nuclear Throne today is great. Knowing that Bastion is, coming to the Vita is great.
That was cool to see Gio.
Yeah, you guys have
I love
PS Vita on
Gio
Vita,
so
but
much. It was
Bastion's
cool
a great
to see him
game.
announce a bunch of titles.
Hey! I like how they're keeping it pretty casual, you know? They're just shooting the shit.
Sir.
Hey guys.
They're just kind of like talking about what happened in case you missed it.
It was amazing.
They're not too in your face. They're just saying like, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool.
100-foot robot.
You know, I have
100-foot robot golf. Fuck yeah.
I'm a short girl. I'm totally going to be a 100-foot robot. I'm going to play some golf and try not to break everything in my living room.
Why that game has never been made before is
It's more of a spin-off VR Psychonauts thing. It wasn't Psychonauts 2. Okay, Moose King, thank you.
It's the title itself is the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
You don't need to hear anything
No.
else.
Well, those guys, I mean, Roundabout was this kind of sleeper. It had definitely like a cult following. It did very well. Streamers loved playing Roundabout. It was so much fun. These guys have such a great flair. Like, you're looking at it at home and you go, okay, it's funny, it's cute.
It was
But
Le
when you
Matos,
play
JWP. Le Matos.
Very, very solid mechanically, too. They make these games that are hilarious, but also just so much fun to play. The gameplay hooks are amazing. And so I know we're seeing this bombastic, like crazy robots and corgis and whatever, but I also know because it's them, it's going to be an amazing game to play.
Well, I wonder, I can't remember, was there anything in the first hour that you guys saw that really popped out to you? I missed the whole first hour. We got in there. They showed some cool VR stuff. We got to see some gameplay. But for me, Ratchet and Clank is the one thing that I was like, yes. Yes, Ratchet and Clank. I've not played that series, and it looked fantastic, and they actually showed some of the game. You know?
It was about 11:30 at night last night, and there were already like 10 or 12 people in line.
Moose King, I don't know what the hell just...
Make sure they had a blanket. You know, that kind of thing.
What the hell just happened there? I gave you permission and it still timed you out?
They wanted to go.
What?
Tonight, people started clamoring together. We opened the doors early. We filled up the auditorium before the show began.
I have no idea, Moose King. I don't know.
We did it for the first time.
Nightbot's just doing his own thing.
The second time, I think this has to be an annual event.
Oh, for sure.
You're here.
For sure.
You're on the record, Sean.
I'm on the record. Yeah. To all the guys on my team.
PlayStation Experience. I mean, there were a lot of people there. I don't know how many people are there.
And I've been talking to some
I missed the extra O.
so many
What is the extra O? Final Fantasy VII.
all over the country.
All over the world.
All over the world. I mean, I was talking to somebody who
Those nice Xbox reveals. Yeah, Punch Fury, of course.
A lot of these guys from Twitter. And one of them came from Louisiana.
Ratchet
one
and
of them
Clank.
came from Missouri. One of them came from Washington. I mean,
No Crash.
Most of them are coming from the East Coast, from the Southeast, from
Full
the South,
Throttle?
all over the country, all over
Remaster?
the world. And they're so happy to be here. I mean, this is so exciting for them. And that's what makes it so exciting for me.
Right, and video gaming brings them all together.
It does. It does.
It's going to be 2 days of
I think they just have
crazy madness.
20 minutes that they're just riffing right now, or 30 minutes that they're just
New
riffing.
titles we saw today, I can't tell you. That ending, that closer from Epic.
Yes.
For Paragon. We'd actually talked, you know, a typical show, I do the opening, I do the closing. But that Paragon video is so powerful, I didn't want to go on after it.
That video was cool.
You know, when that video ended, you didn't want me coming over going, well, thank you for
It was a
coming.
cool,
Please enjoy the game.
What's his name? Who is he?
Like, let that thing close it. That's a drop the mic moment.
He works
That was
at
fabulous. I'm really happy the guys at Epic are
Sony?
going to bring that to PlayStation 4.
Sure, for sure. And Sid,
Is
you were
that like
saying
a name
they're
I should
coming
know?
by,
They're
today,
coming
yes?
by soon, actually. They'll be here in a few minutes. They've got a lot of new stuff to show.
Great.
Moose King
Hitman's
has
gonna
3
be coming
O's.
up
Oh,
first. They'll
shit.
be here soon.
Oh my
They've
God,
got new
sneaky,
trailer,
sneaky.
New gameplay, a lot of new stuff going on there. So we have a lot of content over the next 2 days. So if you're not here for the show,
There we go.
don't worry about it. We got you covered. We got a lot of great content, developer interviews, behind the scenes that are exclusively debuting on here. Almost everything you're going to see on here is going to be brand new and separate from what you saw on that big 2-hour keynote. So lots to see and do.
Yeah, this is the kind of show that starts with a man in a silver jumpsuit in virtual reality. that's like how we warm up.
And Mizuguchi-san came from Japan.
Is there a
to do
schedule
that.
for this, guys?
I love it. That suit was amazing.
Oh, they're
So,
showing
I mean,
that trailer
there's
in the
a bundle
background
that's gonna
again,
come
just
with the
because.
suit, right? Like you're working on that.
I think there is a connoisseur bundle that
Yeah.
we put together. If we can get
That
Daft
Crash
Punk to sign
Bandicoot
off on
t-shirt,
the
though.
Sure.
Laser beam.
When is that coming out? When is that game coming back out?
Think about maybe holiday bundle next year. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think it is a stocking stuffer.
On one hand, you want these games to come back out, but they have to do it justice. They have to do it justice.
Too. Really kind of came into its own, I think, here. A lot of content.
He's the president.
Really
Okay,
good
Optical.
sense
Thank
of
you,
what some of
man.
That content is not just 100-foot robot golf, but Res Infinite, and Eagle Fly.
Eagle Flight.
Eagle Flight looks
Gollum looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Gollum.
what I loved about this, about the VR segment that you guys put together.
They're just all saying like every single thing, and then they're saying it's awesome right now. So they're just saying, here's this title. Oh my God, that's awesome. This looks awesome. This is why it's awesome. So like on the schedule, this is just like the filler time. This is just the filler time. Full Throttle. I'll have to check out Full Throttle. I'm not sure what it is.
We're going to see things we didn't even imagine were possible.
Holy Hellchild. I'm just ignoring him. I'm just ignoring him.
For the creative artists.
The festive emotes. That's all. Pearly Nerfect. He just came. Was like, yo, check it out. We got these holiday emotes, and I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. You know.
They've had a chance to play team like Riggs, and we have a huge setup for Riggs out there on the floor, and like to get their reaction after.
Hey, what's up, Serious Cereals? An open world Crash, that would be cool. Some good indie games in there. Yeah, Ian, I agree.
We are taking your picture.
Is there a schedule? I should look it up. PSX. Schedule. There is a complete schedule. Okay.
It was so great seeing Adam Boyce doing the job simulator thing. I don't know what he was doing in there, but it was.
Schedule.
SFW that we couldn't show up there, but
Oh wow.
No Battlefront plug. I know. Where was the Battlefront? They were all over. They were all over the Video Game Awards.
Because doing a live demo on stage of VR is so difficult, and it was really cool.
Okay, at 3 o'clock, which is right now, they've got Uncharted 4, Stories from the Performance and Capture set.
It was great. I do want to get up there and throw frisbees at my friends.
And those guys just coded that together.
So I guess they'll get to that eventually.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
That's what they do in Magic Lab. They create all the
Or that's a panel? Are they streaming everything? Are they streaming this whole schedule? I'm just looking on GameSpot.com. Link it up in the chat so you guys can see it too.
Remake reveal for some gameplay for FF7. Yep. That was fabulous.
Fabulous.
And
I just turned down the PlayStation experience for a second there because they were just kind of like, oh yeah, this was awesome. Oh yeah, this was awesome. So I just turned it down for a moment there.
Beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous. I thought it was a great show from beginning to end, man. I thought there was not a dull moment. There was a squeal moment every couple minutes. Every new video that started was
something
just like,
for everybody.
Ah! Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it was fabulous. And Gio was out there talking of Vita. We've got new Vita content coming out, which I think is important.
So exciting.
We've covered all those bases.
Yeah, I'm checking PlayStation blog right now just to get caught up because there was so much. I have to remind myself of everything that was
What just
discussed
happened
today.
there?
Yeah, so Guns Up out today. That's free to play. It's actually really addictive, really fun. One of Scott Rohde's favorites. He's been talking to me about it for months. And finally going to get a chance to get hands-on with that. Kind of like a tactical RTS, kind of quick pick-up-and-play type game. Really cool. Definitely going to be diving into that one.
Yeah, Dead Star is another one that looked great to me, too. It's like that
LKP, you need to chill, man.
It pulls from that classic twin
You need to chill. Quick little 10 minutes and then come back. Just chill it out a little bit. We know it's the internet, and you can kind of say whatever you want, but
I'm interested to see how that hybrid kind of fits together.
keep it classy.
This is, checking out some Guns Up right here, I think, and yeah, this is a really interesting one. One that's out now, one that's worth checking out. It's for if you're tactically minded, if you're strategically minded, a good one to pick up and play. Very simple interface. Again, Scott Rohde's pick of the.
So this is the one that, like, I don't know.
That is the Rohde pick, yeah.
Yeah, and I know
it's a
we're gonna
free-to-play
have some-
game.
This is from the San Diego team, San Diego studio. We're gonna have some of those guys up here.
And it looks like it could be fun, possibly, but
it's a MOBA they're working on. It's got a couple interesting wrinkles.
looks like there's a lot there.
Lots more. So
But I don't know.
Weekend. This is just getting
Any
started.
free titles, just a little bit,
And who didn't love the Sparrow Racing League?
But Grills FMG, yeah, he can go into the big chats and that'll slide by.
When Destiny first came out, people said, "Boy, they got to do like Sparrow Racing."
Yeah, they're announcing all sorts of games, Really Big Shark. They're not really talking about anything right now, though, so I'm kind of talking over them.
I'm like, these paths are here for a reason. They're here for a reason. I cannot wait.
It's all in the grand design of Bungie.
Yes.
Yes. That massive Bungie brain.
This is out right now, that one that they were just showing, yeah.
Very good.
Games myself. Thank you for
Bunch of mobile-style games now on PlayStation 4. It did look very mobile-y.
Hot chili pepper.
That's later. That's later in the week.
I'll look forward to it. All right, you guys.
But
thanks
it
for
could
that.
be cool.
Take care.
I don't
Take
know.
care.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, guys. Whoops.
You're good.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Come on back.
Yeah.
Come on back.
You know, I think I can move when the president and CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment drops by.
He's the CEO. Oh,
I
okay.
think you're going to get a talking to for not giving him the chair.
Yeah.
It feels like the boss gets the chair, and I feel like you kind of mess that one up.
The man in my ear said it would make a better shot if I sat over there. So I said, you know,
the man in your ear doesn't have to go to the office on Monday.
That's true. That's true. So I think we have a lot of stuff coming up. We've got Hitman coming up really soon. We've got Paragon stopping by, new gameplay. It's going to be, nobody else has seen this before. You're going to be seeing that here. It's an exclusive.
It's awesome.
I think we're going to be doing is checking
Rocket League was
out,
free when it first
taking a
dropped.
look at
That's
the show
true.
floor as people
That's
are
true,
starting to
Graybeard.
file in. There's a lot of people. There are
So many
well north of 10,000 people here. I don't know.
That
what
was
the
like a
final
limited
count is.
amount of
People are still
time.
Getting that information, but
And
this
there's
place is
no, like,
packed,
pay to
and
win in
there.
there.
A lot of games, and there's a lot of square footage here for these guys to explore.
It's different.
And by the way, if you're here, you could poke around, scour the show, look for these exclusive PlayStation collectible cards that we've got. There's 35 plus in all. There's trophy cards for using the Experience PlayStation app. There's a lot to see.
People like collecting stuff.
Some of the cards are hidden in the plaster of the walls. You will need to take a sledgehammer to the walls.
He's lying.
Some of the thing, if it looks like it's flammable,
That guy, they got that guy for the jokes.
Don't listen to
He's made out of lies.
Don't listen to Anthony
No,
ever.
you'll earn these cards. You'll earn these cards by
I've
playing.
heard Gauntlet's
games.
pretty. Gauntlet's pretty
by
cool.
playing games.
Hitman, another Hitman game. All
We're
right.
gonna have our first panel coming up.
That
here
makes
soon.
a lot more sense.
Our first big panel that I'll
These
be
people are paid to speak nice about PlayStation 4. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, well. And what's that panel be, Sid?
It's about PlayStation VR.
Love it.
Love
Wonderful.
it. That'll be coming up here, 2 o'clock Pacific. We're going to run that live on this feed, so you will watch it. Stay tuned. We're going to have 6 panels today. I'll run through them.
But that's why we're here, so we can kind of talk critically if we want. We can praise something if we want.
45. Then we're going to do one that I know.
Of course, they want to say that everything's awesome because
the cast is coming.
this is all PlayStation.
Tales from behind the scenes of Uncharted 4. That's going to be one you will definitely not want to miss. Then we're going to shift over to Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The Treyarch team, they're here. They're actually, this is an interesting one. It's kind of an intellectual one. They're talking about the nature of artificial intelligence and all the hard work that they had to do to get 4-player co-op working in the campaign mode in Black Ops 3, because actually not an easy feat.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
that's awesome.
kind of an interesting one. Then after that,
That sounds
we're
kinda
gonna
cool.
do- Boy, oh boy, let's see here. Greg Miller, how could I forget? Greg Miller's gonna
Trending
be up
gamer
next.
Greg Miller.
That's right.
Greg Miller, man, really impressed.
Kind of funny games guys are coming. They've got PS I Love You, their famous podcast. They're doing it live here
Oh,
at
okay.
PlayStation Experience.
That
That'll be
sounds
on the
kinda
3rd
cool.
floor. If you're here, if you're watching live, watch live. You can watch it live right here.
Yep.
And after that, we're going to have our own Ryan Clements, the powerhouse, is going to be doing a panel about the future of storytelling. And that's got a who's who of gaming storytellers on it. Corey Barlog, it's got Genova Chen,
Greg Kasavin.
Greg Kasavin, and somebody from Media Molecule. I forget the name.
Okay.
But, stay tuned for that. That's going to be good. And then finally, we'll close all of this out with a Fighting Games The Next Generation panel where Ono and Harada from Tekken, Ono from Street Fighter,
Nice.
Harada from Tekken, and Mr. Seth Killian.
Nice.
Remember
Wonderful, yes.
Seth has a new gig. He's working on a new game called Rising Thunder.
Looks amazing. I
It's
got to play a little bit of it.
Did you
Yeah.
really? It's a very unusual take. He's a friend of the family. We were talking about philosophically where fighting games are going to go.
Greg Miller.
They're getting bigger. They're getting more competitive than ever with Capcom Cup, which is going on here tomorrow at PlayStation Experience. So it just seemed like a great time to check in on kind of where things are headed for fighting games.
And everybody who comes to the panel gets one of those pairs of Ryu hands that Ono is wearing.
I really
wish.
want
I
those.
wish.
I wish. Where did we get those?
I think he had them made
If
specifically
you're Ono,
for
you
him.
get those made for
Yeah.
you. And I think that announcer flies with him too.
Yeah, I think he
That
does.
fighting announcer that he had when he came out, that guy like gets on the plane with him. That guy goes to restaurants with him. Just announces everything he does.
So I have a hard time choosing which Ono outfit because he's into shenanigans. He's always up to something when he's on stage somewhere. And I remember at the Paris Games Week keynote that happened maybe a month ago, he had little birdies circling his head like on little wires. It was hysterical. I thought that one was brilliant. But
He's so amazing.
I loved him and Gio's little like fake fight that they did when they come out.
Yeah.
And he's like, get out of here.
yeah.
Very
And
cute.
I mean, Gio had a ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Game after game.
Sound effects. I'm
What's
all
great
about
is,
it.
In addition to broadcasting all of the panels, I mean, in between the panels, we have these developers coming by. We are showing off a lot of these games,
Yes.
a lot of games that we did not get a chance to show off in the keynote. A lot of new stuff.
See, this is all filler stuff. I'm not as interested in hearing about this. Once they get to the next panel, we'll bump it back up here. What do I think about Witcher 3 winning Game of the Year? Haven't played Witcher 3, but everybody who's played it has basically said good things, so I'm sure they deserved it. Really hoping Ratchet & Clank doesn't suck. It's got potential this area to be a platform adventure. Moose King, I think it's going to be awesome. Be ashamed to see if it falls short of technical or simply just like camera problems, bad controls. It looks so good. It looks so good in the actual playthrough. I think it's going to be awesome. Greg was awesome. He was at the Video Game Awards. Greg Miller, he's from Kinda Funny Games. He used to be like working at IGN and then he quit. And he won Trending Gamer of the Year at the Video Game Awards. And he had this excellent speech talking about gaming and gaming development and gamers in general. It was really awesome. If you missed it, go and check it out. I should move my camera so I could sit on the couch, yeah. But they keep changing the camera angle. They keep changing that camera angle. Ego, I missed your message. I missed it. Need to get with PN and set up a FMG PlayStation community. I think we can do that, Ego. I think we can definitely do that. Heroic, nice moves to you. Am I going to play some games today or watch PlayStation X? I'm not sure. If we are watching one of these panels, we're going to give this next panel a chance, and if we're not feeling it, we can always jump out. I've been wanting to check out the Rocket League DLC, so we might jump into some Rocket League DLC today, but I would like to see kind of what this next panel at least brings. The Greg Miller one at 5 would be interested. I would be interested to check out. I haven't seen much more from Greg Miller, but like I said, he really impressed the other day. So, all right. Oh, now they got the break thing. But yeah, PlayStation Experience. Okay, all right. You know, this game looked kind of cool. I don't know if they're just gonna go back and like show some trailers that they already showed, or what the idea is here. But this certainly looked interesting. It reminded me of that. It reminded me of, I don't know, like Fez a little bit. Puzzles. Except for like a 3D, like 3D Fez. What does this remind you of? I'm trying to put my can't put my finger on it. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Haze above? We might just hang Hob.
So everything you're gonna see is
He was hot for a second. Studio guys turned it down. Wonder what he said. New emotes, that's right. New emotes, that's right. Yeah, we'll see what else they bring here. I'm gonna turn on this fan. PlayStation. Oh. That Vader mug, Vader. Oh, I missed this. Tekken, I was more of a... I played Tekken Tag. Tekken, what, a Tournament Edition? Or Tekken Tag Tournament Edition? Like, in the arcade all the time. But I was more of a Street Fighter guy always. And then I really did like Marvel vs. Capcom too. This music. There you go. I loved Fez too, yeah. Great music. Spectator, you got a Stormtrooper mug? So do I. Heleny Hellchild bought it for me and sent it in the P.O. box. Thank you, Heleny Hellchild. I love it. We got the Vader one today. And I've also got Yoda. Yoda. Before Tekken 1. Whoa. Oh my god. Father and son. Whoa. I kind of like how they weave a story into these fighting games. Husband and wife. Like, it adds so much more. It's not essential, but I like that they go down that path. Mishima Clan. I just don't know anything about this game at all. Or this world, Tekken. Everybody's like, Tekken 3. Oh! You guys like Tekken 3? Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is insane. Tag team tournament, that's what I'm talking about right there. Radical, yes. Soul Calibur, yeah. Soul Calibur. Killer Instinct. That made a comeback, or kind of.
Welcome back to the PlayStation Experience 2015 live stream. I am Anthony Carboni. I am joined now by a member of the Hitman team. Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Hannes. I'm the studio head at IO Interactive.
And we are about to see some new footage, never before seen.
Hitman.
Yeah, I love
this is a series that people like a lot. The Bald Hitman, right?
It's just Hitman, because that's what we want to do with the game now. We have just celebrated 15 years.
That zoom.
5 games so far.
There we go. That's the camera they wanted.
Let's say features that our fans really, really loved. And
can't hear that guy really.
We set out to listen to that, And we wanted to take the best from each of them.
He still remembers nothing.
Are you running on it already?
I think so.
They're running. They're going right for it.
Stats off the charts. Such skill, reflexes.
We're doing it live, baby. I love it.
Previous training. Power like that, with no moral restraint.
It's just a bunch of gamers just running
All agents
this show.
weak spots, Miss Brentwood. Pressure points to keep them in check. But this one. Are you sure about this?
My decision stands.
Very well. I'll be watching.
Oh, is this the origin story or something? Oh, Hitman. Huh? Hitman Beta? Played first on PlayStation. PlayStation. Alright, we'll probably check that one out, guys. What does that even mean, though?
Happy, but it's good. So we have it out there now. So as we said, one of the things we wanted to do with the game is to take the best of what our fans liked about the previous games. And the beta that we just teased with this one here is something that we want to utilize for the first time ever in a Hitman game, to listen to our fans even more and to have them play and see what they do and see what we can improve with the game. And this is also what we're going to do. So you have the beta, world exclusive, on PlayStation 4 for the first time ever, coming out February.
The beta? Is it multiplayer?
Awesome.
What is it?
That is so great. And it's funny, like talking about that, like using the beta, right before we went live, you and I were talking about contracts mode.
Yeah.
And how
multiplayer?
surprised you guys were
completely, yeah,
by how people were playing contracts mode and how into it they got. So I love this idea of
Agent
going into
47.
beta and sort of watching how people are playing, right? Now, when you go into beta with something like this, how much do you lock in? Like, how much do you know is going to be? Like, if I play the Hitman beta, how much is it going to feel like the final game?
Well, our ambition is everything we ship needs to feel final.
Oh, so
obviously, the point of a beta is to be ready to tweak and change and react.
They're just like
right?
releasing the game
we
as
do
a
that
beta,
with
like
our
a
previous
single
games
player
as well,
beta?
because there are ways to
A
update
single
games
player beta?
nowadays. But one of the big inspirations, what we actually do with the new Hitman game, is going to be digital first. It's
like early
It's going to
access.
be a game that releases over the course of 2016, as you know. And we will just start
Beta?
on March the 11th with it.
Awesome.
Yes, and that is something that when we look at the contracts mode in Hitman Absolution, we were really surprised.
That looks like he's
by how
pointing a
much
gun at
people
that
played
guy.
that, because we expected, you have a single player game, people love that.
It is
They tell you,
multiplayer.
Don't do multiplayer. And then you come up with a solution, you think, okay, look at what people do with blood money. They used YouTube to create multiplayer challenges. They killed the gardener with the share in the suit. And then they posted that on YouTube, and someone else beat that, doing it faster, better, smarter. And that was the inspiration for contracts. And
I'm still so lost.
Of the players to play it, but we peaked at 40% of all players of Absolution played it, and we had 30 million contracts so far out there.
Is it
And I just looked
out?
at the stats.
What are you
So
talking?
300,000
What?
People playing that every single month. So it's really massive, and that inspired us. So what can we do to bring this game closer to the
I'm
fans
lost.
and do that stuff with them? And that's why we chose to go digital first. You can get it on PSN. You have the beta first on PlayStation 4, and we think that it's a big step for us. I know that. It's a big step for our fans as well, but it will bring us closer than ever before to the actual players. And this was one of the great experiences here. Actually, I watched your keynote at the sitting in the audience, and I was sitting next to this guy who was actually a doctor, and he turned out to be a huge Hitman fan.
Oh, that's
he saw
great.
the sweater and said, like, "Are you a developer?" And then we were talking before the show.
I was kind of like Splinter Cell more than Hitman. Not gonna lie.
About, right? Meeting the fans, speaking with the fans.
At least the old school Splinter Cells. I mean, I bought those and played those.
Digital allows us to do that because
Not
we have a
Hitman.
game that will be running for a long time and actually be
He was
able to
talking about
listen
Blood
and
Money,
react. It won't
okay.
take another 6 years. You know, we are not an analyzed
Power
franchise.
Stone.
We want to do something new with each game, and now it will not take us 6 years to react to.
That's great. So, I mean, I know we have a couple months until beta right now. I mean, you said it's coming out mid-February.
Yes.
Beta?
But is there anything you can
Or
tell
beta?
us now? You're talking about taking 15 years of Hitman and all the things that are the best about the franchise and kind of putting it in. Can you tell us a little bit about gameplay, about modes
On
that
the
may be coming
catwalk.
back, things that we're going to see?
Yeah, so obviously, when you look at
was
all
that
the
Madonna
games,
song?
They had their strengths and weaknesses. And one of the strengths, let's say, of Blood Money was the creative stealth action sandbox gameplay. So you could actually play your way you want to. The game wasn't linear.
Siphon
you
Filter,
could
yeah.
choose and you could play. Traveling the world from Hitman contracts, we clearly have back. We announced Paris, right? And funnily enough, in Paris, at Paris Games Week, we announced Sapienza, our other location.
Nice.
And today, what you saw here, actually, we've been talking about 6 locations so far in the game. And what you see in the trailer
is this supposed to convince us to want the game?
Where the beginning of the game.
I'm sorry to be critical, but like,
for Paris, we haven't even talked about this location yet.
Is this a Hitman game or is this a fashion game? What are we watching?
For the very first time in the lore of Hitman, and
they're just showing the world, Futureman. Come on.
So this is now the 7th location unveiled. It's going to be the beginning of the game. It will help you to understand the game if you're new to the game, but it will also give you the opportunity to replay. There will be 2 missions in that.
Right, said Fred.
And replay and learn
I'm
how to replay
too sexy for my mom. Too sexy for my mom. So sexy it
That's what we want
was.
to do with the beta.
That's so great because it really is. You really could play just about any way you wanted to, and it was always funny. Like I am not very good. I will tell you that. I will come right out, especially compared to some of my friends that got very, very obsessed.
But you don't have to be good at a Hitman game. The point is you can find your style. People going guns blazing, and you could call it.
Well, that's me.
really tough, right? I mean, this is not a game that's friendly to people who shoot all the time because you have hundreds of the simulated entities, and they all react in different ways, and they come to get you. And it's actually a pretty tough way to play it.
Yeah.
But obviously, I know that our dedicated fans like to be suit-only, silent assassin, make it look like an accident. Nobody knows you were there, shadow in the corner.
Absolutely.
And that's another kind of challenge. But that's the beauty.
Is anyone excited for this? Any Hitman fans out there like excited for this? I just don't think they're doing a good job selling it for
because my mind for
Hitman
stealth
fans.
is not as strategic as I think some other people, as some other players.
Yeah.
And I definitely found that out when we were doing contracts. I definitely found
Like,
that out.
tell us more
but it was
about
great
the
to know
game.
that, yeah, if I'm somebody that's a little more actiony, like there are repercussions for sure, like you were saying, but I could play it as well, and I was having just as much fun. And I could go through
it's garbage.
Learn that strategy.
Stopped after 2.
As I was
No,
going,
never got into it.
And then go back
I'm
and play it and be
hyped.
like, oh,
There's one. There we go.
better at this
Shazzy's
now. I am
hoping it's good.
definitely a better
No.
agent than I was when I
You do
started.
feel a learning curve, and that's the beauty of it. That's also where contract and some new contract feature that we'll announce in the future.
I mean, it's
will
okay,
come in
like-
to make it a bit more competitive. It's competition is.
I understand if
great.
you're hyped up for the game, but they're just not doing a good job selling it
But also
to
the
us right
creativity,
now.
Because of doing YouTube videos to prove what you've done, you just play it and share it and challenge your friend or challenge the community or challenge the leader in each country and these kinds of things. And that is going to be. I can't wait to see what happens because I know our players will break the game in any possible way and make it look really funny. And the creativity our players put into that is.
I mean, Necromis, that's, it's pretty boring. It's all stealth. There's games that are stealth that are insanely exciting
The beta
and good.
for Hitman
That's just you just
begins
not
in
enjoying
mid-February
that game
on
type.
PlayStation 4. Coming up next, we've got Paragon.
But from
Epic
someone who
Games
can
here
even
in the
enjoy,
house, and we're going to take a look.
someone who can enjoy stealth games like myself and a lot of people in the chat, like, we're not sold on that game yet. May contain something inappropriate for children.
He still remembers nothing?
If he does, he's not sharing.
Well, this could be something.
His stats are off the charts. Such skills and reflexes.
They've done numerous other demos that show that game off a lot better. Okay.
Training. Power like that, with no moral restraint.
Is this the trailer again? This is the trailer again.
All agents have weak spots, Miss Burnwood.
Forks already wants his money back.
Check. But this one. Are you sure about this?
The movie, did you guys see the movie?
Very well. I'll be watching.
I think they got like the perfect actor for that movie, but I don't think the movie did very well. I don't think the movie did very well. Oh. Okay, play it first on PlayStation 4 February 12th. We'll see what it means. I don't even know. Not sold. You know, I don't want to be. I feel like gamers are so critical when they sit back and they sit there and they're like, "Oh, that's gonna suck. Blah. Sucks." You know, I don't want to. Let's not be that group. You know, let's not be that just shits on everything. You know, but we're gonna be honest. We're gonna be critical. We're gonna be, giving praise where it's due. And they just didn't. They didn't do it for me there. You know, maybe you saw something that caught your attention there. But I'm just gonna tell you kind of what I'm thinking, and try and refrain from being that person who's just like, "This sucks. Everything sucks. Sucks. Everything sucks. We're on the internet. Sucks. 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 You know, that guy's just chilling. That guy's just chilling. Let's see if I can get myself on the couch. Sucks.
In the kingdom of Shambhala lies the most precious thing.
Uncharted!
In the world.
What's your angle on all this misery? You gonna plunder a few temples, loot the museum?
It's nice to see you too.
New emote. FMG sucks.
This little man is Drake.
Video games all suck. We just hate games. Sucks. Horrible graphics. Terrible. Just sitting there playing the game, just complaining about it. There's gamers out there that do that shit.
From PlayStation Experience here in the heart of San Francisco. And I am joined by Steve here from Epic Games. He is going to be talking with us a little bit about a little something called...
I would love to hear more about this and see more about this. Let's see what they have to say, guys. Let's see.
Yep, we've been working on it for a while.
So give me the overview here.
This is the MOBA from Epic Games.
So quick elevator pitch. Paragon's the MOBA from Epic Games, and it takes what we love about MOBAs, 5v5 combat, the interplay between characters, and it pairs it with our love for action. I mean, we have some history doing some great action games.
Sure do.
And so one of the first things we wanted to do was to bring your camera down into the action and just sell that heroic fantasy of... When we were young, we would do things like strap a red blanket to our backs and climb to the back of a couch and then jump off. And games can give you that feeling, and MOBAs are essentially 5 superheroes against 5 superheroes.
Please show us gameplay, please.
And then what we want to do is get it out to the community early and give them all the tools they need to share their best moments, where it's magic when players get together and they start playing off each other. And we had the chance to
Magic, you guys.
have a test at Epic
Magic.
with people who've never played Paragon before, but they were MOBA familiar. And in 20 minutes, they were pulling off these fantastic combos where
That's a
guy
cool
would
little
hit
design
another
right
guy
there.
with a rock and stun him, and
They did
somebody
make a
else would
cool little
body
design
slam
there.
in, and another guy would teleport in on top of that. And as a developer, it's great to see people just pick up the game and pull off some amazing moments.
I understand we have some gameplay footage.
Oh, ring ding dong, baby. Gameplay.
Okay.
And
yeah.
So for
Let's check it out, though.
amateur
Hold on.
Such as myself, how would you sort of articulate some of that overseeing some of this footage?
Here it is.
Let's check this out. Let's let the images do the talking here. So this is exclusive first footage of Paragon. You're seeing it here at PlayStation Experience on PlayStation Livecast.
It's like a third-person MOBA. Oh shit! I could get into this. I could possibly get into this. This is alpha gameplay right here. This could be nuts. 0 out of 10 sucks. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
Very nice. That's Paragon.
No, it looks.
We got some exclusive first footage
cool.
there. Tell me a little bit about what we were seeing. Like, tell me about some of the characters
Looks
that we were
pretty
seeing
cool,
and how
I
they're
think.
interacting.
Okay, so you had asked just a moment ago about what MOBAs are. So essentially, MOBAs are 5v5 team combat where each player plays an individual hero that has special superpowers that are unique to them. And there is an in-game progression system. Kind of in the match, you start feeling good, and you end feeling fantastic. So what you see in the gameplay trailer is there are little guys called minions, and as you kill them, your character gets stronger. And when you kill players, your character gets stronger. And there's a little gem that's
Smite already does it.
That's part of the
Smite does this, but this looks good.
Your characters get stronger, and you progress by blowing up turrets and back into their base, and you blow up their core, and you win the game. And so what
Now
you're
that it's
seeing
all
is the
about
interplay
graphics,
of
it's got to
two
run
characters.
great.
One which we've announced, Steel, who's the guy doing the big body slam at the end. And we have 3 characters we haven't announced yet, and so we're going to save some of our little secrets to talk about them more later. And you see a lot of 2v2 interplay where they're using their powers to push people away to gain some ground, doing damage
Sucks,
to the turret.
cool cat.
And then eventually what they want to do is
It
blow
would
up the
cut
turret
back and forth
progress
between
into the enemy base.
gameplay. That was some gameplay for sure.
MOBAs are very sort of not only tactical, but there's a deeper strategy layer to them.
That's right, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about
Deeper strategy
how
layer.
characters, different abilities and things can kind of work together.
Well, one of the things we wanted to do with Paragon was give players who have different motivations.
It looks like Unreal
an
Tournament.
opportunity to fulfill their needs in the game. So we have the
Third-person
kind of
MOBA
players that want
Smite.
to go out, they want to be aggressive, they want to get kills. We have plenty of characters for those guys. For people who want to be more strategic, there's a lot of strategy in MOBA games and MOBA maps because there's
Simpsons
only one
did it.
end goal, but there are a lot of ways to get to that end goal. There are a lot of ways to get power and make yourself stronger.
Yeah, Starbarf.
And then the best part for me is the teamwork. And there are a lot of characters in our game that will allow a lot of interplay between teammates, and their job is, they're not necessarily...
PlayStation is better than Xbox. Dude, those
Their job
consoles
is to
came
sell
out like
kills for
15
other
years
players and
ago,
make everybody
man.
else
Come
better
on.
at what they do. And so the strategy comes out of the interplay between the characters that you choose to make.
We're now onto Xbox One and
Bill, what is it
PlayStation
about
4.
MOBAs?
Get
I
with
know
it,
you're
man.
a huge MOBA fan. We were talking backstage at the press conference. What is it about MOBAs, I think, that you think appeals to people?
The biggest thing is
I've
if
never
you are
played
a
a MOBA, you
competitive
guys.
Player, there's always something to learn. It's always a challenge. The games are always fresh. I've actually been saying for a while with the team, it's the football of
What's up, Brent Tix? How you doing, man?
world.
Yeah.
Because you can succeed by growing.
That's probably
in
on
a
that
number
new
of
Unreal
different ways. You
Engine,
can get
right?
better at your mechanics. You can get better at your strategy and knowledge. You can get better at your teamwork and your coordination and communication. And if you're the best player, you're the well-rounded individual that our moms always wanted us to be, and you excel at all three.
I don't know.
That's great. And,
It's still too early for me to get like too excited about this because
like this, and that's got to be a huge part of your strategy.
we don't actually know what the game's like at all. We've seen like a couple clips.
Just sort of your mission with Paragon. It looks just much more accessible to my eyes than some of these other games.
It is. So it was designed from the ground up for both console and PC, so you get a lot of accessibility there. Really, the overall mission was MOBAs present a promise. They present a promise of
I dig.
being heroic and being clever and being
Nice moves!
And we wanted to take that promise and fulfill it in a way
For the future!
That's great. And it looks like you're well on your way. I mean, the graphics are great. You're obviously using Epic's famous Unreal tech.
That's right.
All possible with the power of PS4. Really good-looking game. Looks really nice.
Unreal.
Gen. And this is obviously a very early look at the game.
Let's just keep
Are you guys,
re-showing the clip over. And I guess it's better than nothing.
So we've been saying we're going to paid early access in spring of 2016.
Paid early
And then
access?
We'll be going to open beta
No!
Steve, thanks so much for
No!
It's nice to get kind of a look at first look at the game.
Hate that.
It's been exclusive footage from Paragon. Next
Let's
up,
pay
we're going to be hearing
to play this
from
game that's
Deej
not
at
finished
PUBG
and broken.
On Destiny, the Taken King. I think he's going to be showing off.
And then
some
by
of
the
that
time
new
it's
sport
done,
racing,
nobody's going to be
with
hyped about it anymore.
stay tuned
Nobody's
here
going to want to play it.
PlayStation Livecast. We're
Early
broadcasting
access.
live from PlayStation
Not a
Experience
fan.
in San Francisco.
I dig. Thanks again, man. Glad to have you in here. Oh, now this game, Zombie Taxi. Here comes Zombie Taxi. What is an example of a good game that came out early access and then when the game finally launched, everybody was like, yeah! There aren't any! Those games... Hold on, this game is too fun. This is gonna quell my rage. Modern Zombie Taxi Company. I haven't played a taxi game since Crazy Taxi. Destiny. Is this Destiny? The racing? Whoa. The hell is this? Whoa! Wolverine, Alien Predator Edition. Holy moly! Is it 2D side-scrolling? Look at that! Oh my god! Whoa! Oh! Stylistically, hello! Shadow of the Beast.
PlayStation.
Holy shit, that looks pretty cool. Taxi Bros, that's right, Hayes. Here's this. This looks pretty fun. Or I don't know. I don't know what this looks like. This looks interesting and different. I like different. That's a remake, okay. Each-hearted, lurking planes of doom, right on, man.
You'll be a wonderful king. I know.
The feelings. Oh no. Don't give away the whole thing. Yahoo! I don't know if this is my style, but if enough people played this, I'd have to do a little more research. But if it's the guys who made King's Quest, then I'm kind of sold. Kind of. You guys are getting, a couple of you guys are hyped up there. I love it. Nico Kuni 2. Nico Kuni 2.
I'll never give up. I promised her. I'll build a kingdom where everyone can live happily ever after.
Nino Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom PlayStation. Ooh. Yeah, give that a thumbs up. We'll check that out. We'll check that. Is this dinosaurs? 2 thumbs up, insta buy, 10 out of 10. I should try the first one. I'll have to look it up. I didn't even know anything about it. Oh, not King's Quest, Dragon's Quest. Fart, man. It's a JRPG, okay. Thank you, guys. What's up, Casual Shy? We're watching PlayStation Experience. Is this the Far Cry? Is this the new Far Cry game? Because this actually looks pretty fucking cool. Touché na quash, say na quant. Is this gameplay? Can somebody tell me if this is gameplay? Because sometimes there's gameplay and then there's fake gameplay. Remember the first Watch Dogs trailer? That was like all rendered out and looked so good, and then Watch Dogs came out and it was all shitty. Whoa! Tame it! Yeah, this game looks fun. Who knows how it'll actually play, but it looks pretty interesting. I am interested. They have... That looks cool, man. February. Seems like February is like the next month when things are dropping. Spring. Spring games. It's gameplay, it's not gameplay, it's gameplay, it's not gameplay, it's gameplay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the PlayStation Livecast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, there's a full
We just got out of
15?
this
Yeah, I'll
amazing
link you
keynote
up.
Where we announced a ton of new stuff. We saw some great new games, and we saw an announcement for a game I'm personally very interested in. It's called Destiny: The Taken King. We're here with Deej from Bungie. Thanks so much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for putting on a great show where we can interact with so many great people that love playing games. It's always great to get out there and do that.
You guys are great at interacting with people who play games. You're really good at that.
Yeah, well, these are the people from our community right here in our front row in the beanbags. What's going on?
Yeah, so you just announced the Sparrow Racing League, which sounds incredible. This is something that I remember when Destiny first came out and we were writing.
Oh, sorry.
Around. How cool would that be? Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Please tell me, what is the Sparrow Racing League?
Sparrow Racing League, I'm going to...
It's not fair. I haven't checked out Destiny. I haven't checked it out.
He described Sparrow Racing League as a competitive, 6-player, free-for-all
People love it.
through enemy
I was such a huge fan of Bungie.
So,
I have to try it
a
out.
brand new playable activity in Destiny: The Taken King. And this is something that has been, in no small part, inspired by the community. I think the first time that somebody spawned a Sparrow and rocketed across the wasteland,
there was that curiosity, you know, like who's the fastest?
I just need to talk
You know,
to
who can
somebody
win a
who's like
race
a
on one of
big
these things?
Destiny
You know,
fan
it's
and
just
let
one of
them
those
explain to
basic
me.
human
I mean,
needs
just
to
watching
compete
it doesn't
and
sell
to,
me
you know,
on it.
like, get that
Watching it
need
doesn't
for
sell me
speed.
on it.
And
I don't
what
know.
we've done here is instead of just plotting some waypoints across the destinations that you know, we have created brand new racetracks, one on Mars, one on Venus, and we have created a competitive event. So there are gates that you can cross to get an instant boost. We've created all new Sparrows for you to collect. We've created race suits that you can acquire. I mean, it wouldn't be Destiny if you weren't getting loot drops at the end of a game. Of
course.
And
It looks so annoying. You know players are just going to be bumping into each other like assholes.
each other, or if you want people to play with you,
This could actually be fun. Okay, looking at this, I was definitely snoozing at the beginning, but this looks kind of,
confirmed for the Sparrow Racing League.
Excellent. So yeah, we're looking at some footage of the Sparrow
this doesn't look amazing, but like,
on Mars right now, and yeah,
jump in and play this with some friends.
Not just, you know, open up a
The
patrol
shit
map
talking would be real.
This is a fully
Oh my god, barrel rolls.
racetrack situation.
Yep, there's hazards. Don't get shot by those fan blades. You know, there's aliens on the landscape. There's bounties for killing aliens on the racetrack.
Oh my
aliens are
god.
gonna try to kill you. This isn't just a race, it's Destiny. There's danger, there's intrigue.
Wipeout, right?
Want to blow you to bits. They're not just gonna stand aside.
Something
and
you
allow
tried
to have
it,
your
wasn't
fun.
bored, wasn't having
They've all
fun. What's
taken
up,
it
Agent
all there,
Silver?
And they all want to get in on the action.
So
I'm sorry, seen it. Torque, you still
racing
check it out?
games, two very different genres.
For RNGesus, get ready for some RNGesus, right?
How did the team
Ridge
at
Racer,
Bungie
Star Wars Pod Racer. That's what I was thinking,
making
Drunky.
a racing game when they have all this experience?
Star
working
Wars
on a
Pod
first-person
Racer. I
shooter?
did
Was
play
it a
that game. That game was
challenge?
hard.
As a longtime player of Bungie games, I have always loved the vehicular flair that a Bungie game brings to the shooter. That has actually been my specialty.
What is this
in Bungie
jacket?
games
What is
for a
that,
long
SRL?
time. So
What does that
I'm
mean?
personally thrilled that there is a reason to get on a Sparrow.
Is
and
that a
establish
jacket
some
for
prowess,
the
and you can actually
something
use it
racing
to win a
league?
game now. We have had racing variants in shooters for a long time. In terms of how that
What's
came
it
to be in
called?
Destiny, like I said, we drew a lot of inspiration from
Just
the
for
way
funsies,
players
clack,
behave out in the
exactly,
world of the
man.
game. We've seen players improvise Sparrow races on patrols. We've seen players cross those
Sparrow
invisible
Racing
borders
League.
in
That's
playable
what it's called.
spaces to game keys and sorts of things like that. You know what I'm talking
Push
about?
the reverb
So
button
to
and
see
say my
people,
name.
you know,
My
traverse the
name!
landscape and to see who among them is the fastest, who's the quickest, and then to take that and add elements of danger, you know, to give them an opportunity to knock each other out of gates, you know, or strike a pose as they fly through the air. We just took it and made it a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more interesting, and then we've given them quests and bounties and challenges they can complete.
I mean,
things that they can do.
Do you have to pay for this? How much is, if I wanted to buy everything for Destiny, how much would that cost?
And some
How
quests
much would
and
that
some bounties.
cost?
Now, as always, Amanda Holliday in the tower is your vehicle quartermaster. So she is presiding over this event. So you go see Amanda, you check yourself
Like,
in.
if I wanted to get into
That
Destiny,
license
wouldn't I
that
have
she
to, like,
gives you
buy
will
it?
upgrade over time. The more you
Up,
complete
level up my
quests and
character.
bounties, the more you start acquiring new items in the post-game Carnage report, you're going to get better gear.
Destiny fans,
You
does
can
this
equip
sound
that
cool to
gear,
you?
can infuse
I mean,
that
I'm
gear,
not a
you can use
Destiny
that
guy,
same
so I
gear
don't
to
know.
infuse other gear that
Destiny's
you like.
huge.
Right.
So
As
many
you
people
rank
watch
up,
Destiny on
as you
Twitch.
do better in
So
these
many
races,
people are
it's gonna
playing the
drop
game.
at
It's a
levels that are
huge,
up to
popular
320
game.
light. So a well-educated
So
Destiny
there's got to be
player knows
something
that is
there.
like raid end game
You know,
comparable.
popularity does
And,
not
if you're new
equate
to Destiny, this is a fun way to jump in and have
quality.
some fun, but you're going to get good stuff.
But
that's
there's
gonna make
got to
you
be
as
something
powerful
there
as
that's
any
keeping
other
people
guardian.
coming back, right?
And then you can go do other activities dressed like a Sparrow Racer.
Destiny's like
which
40
sounds
bucks,
awesome to me.
$30 on sale for
A lot of the
everything.
Sparrow gear is vanity. You know, it's a
$100
racing suit, so
roonies.
you're probably not gonna
$1
wanna take it on a
million.
raid. But it's an opportunity for you to suggest to people that I'm the
I don't know, man.
fastest.
$60?
Crazy stuff.
Of course you have. Of course you have. You know, there are people out there. I mean, we had somebody solo Oryx this
the other
week.
day.
You also
I
need
saw
that
that.
We had
Taken
people that put on
King.
blindfolds and
Do you
finish
even
raids
praise
by
it? Just straight up
themselves.
uninstalled
For
it.
the common player, you know, for the player like myself.
It's a terrible game to
you're
watch
used
on
putting
Twitch.
your
So
very
many
best
people
stuff and
watch
using your very
it.
best weapons. You know,
So
there is a
that's it,
reason to
guys.
get
I'm
into the
going
Sparrow
full
Racing
Destiny
League
streamer
and acquire some
right
gear that
now.
you can use to level yourself up.
Great. And there is a Sparrow that is exclusive to PlayStation players.
Yeah. So there's an exclusive quest in Sparrow Racing League to PlayStation players. That quest will get you an exclusive Sparrow. And
If you like
there are a lot of
Destiny,
different ways to get Sparrows in the game.
everybody
People are
has
going to
different
come
games
into
that they
Sparrow
like.
Racing League with Sparrows
Do
that
not
are
take
competitive,
offense. You can
that
come
are
in.
fast
I
enough
really
to
like
compete,
Overwatch. If you
and
say
then through
Overwatch
these
sucks to my
quests that we
face,
provide to players, you're going to get
I'll
new
disagree with
Sparrows.
you.
Check 'em out.
But I'm okay with you having
There's
your
your exclusive
opinion.
right there,
Everybody is
black and blue one.
entitled
Looks just
to their
like
own
a PlayStation.
opinion.
There you go.
Your opinion's
Assuming you have
wrong.
Time to upgrade my
But it's your
tiebreaker.
opinion, and I can respect
Tiebreaker is
that.
going to be a pretty sweet thing to have. If you completed
And I
all
can
the last
respect
eight
that.
times to get a tiebreaker. But you can also check in with
Futureman.
Eververse Trading. This test is going to have some sparrows that will also keep you on the competitive leading edge.
Nice. And on the note of PlayStation exclusive, since we were mentioning that,
yeah.
The next Iron Banner event, I understand, is going to have some keys for us as well.
Indeed.
What happened to those motorbike games? Those like dirt bike racing games. Those were actually really fun, and he just did kind of like a side kick, exactly like from those games.
Return in December. Cannot say yet which game variant that you're going to be using to compete with each other. But when Iron Banner returns, there will be a new and additional gear set made to you available by the Honorable Lord Saladin, and dropping in the match in the post-game Carnage report after a game. So there will be the Iron Banner gear that you know
Play
and
with
love,
Spamfish. That would be fun,
already own and
Theonix.
have equipped, but then the,
That would be
players
fun.
on the PlayStation
There's lovely
will have
Hard
an
Killer.
additional
Thank
set
you.
of Iron Banner gear, so they can
Should
mix
get
and
into
match
Halo 5 while the
and,
hype is
become
real.
legend, as we say.
Great. I love the focus on the kind
Yeah,
of.
I think in January we might do a big Halo. We might do like Halo
and see something new
a couple times a week,
out of nowhere,
and just
like
run
the
through
Festival
the
of
whole
Lost,
series
which was,
maybe.
Recent, the Halloween event. That was
Casual Shy,
a lot of
Overwatch
fun.
is
I
amazing.
actually picked up quite a few masks myself. I did end up getting that skull mask. Thank goodness. That thing is really cool looking. What lessons is the team
MX
learning
versus
from
ATV, yeah.
these types of events? I know it's kind of a new thing for you.
Road
guys.
Rage.
It is. Our goal is to make sure that the world of Destiny feels alive, that there are different reasons to come back.
Oh, that's
to the
not
game,
what I was thinking
that
of.
it is
Remember
a world
Road
that
Rash?
to you, a world that evolves and changes over time. And
I
these
think they came out with a
events
new
have
Road Rash.
given us an opportunity
That
to
game
change
was
the
so
conversation
good.
inside the community. So when something like Festival of the Lost happens, people have a different way of expressing themselves creatively, or going out and figuring out, how do I acquire these masks? How do I upgrade them so
Road
that
Rash
they're
so
permanent over
much.
time? The Sparrow Racing League will have a similar component where you're acquiring things that you're going to want to keep after the event is over.
Alright, okay, we get it. We get it.
in
We
the
get it.
event,
We
you'll
get it.
be
We
able to
get it.
do
We
those
get
things.
it, man.
And,
We get it, man.
it's great when the
Cruising
conversation changes.
today
Have a new weapon
in the
to go
USA.
a secret mission that wasn't obvious.
Road Rash. Don't you dare mess with my mean machine. God, who's that? Sugar Ray? Mean Machine? That song was so fucking awesome, man. Oh, the barrel roll. the barrel roll fail.
You know, this year, in year 2, you literally never know what's going to happen.
I don't want to talk too much over this stuff, just in case you guys are, somebody's out there watching right now and they're trying to get the information on this, but I'm just,
we just love the you know, the element of surprise to keep things
I'm not going to be
fun.
playing this.
People guessing.
At about what point did the team decide that they were going to take this crazy idea and turn it into a real thing?
God, I don't know exactly.
But it is an interesting idea. I
I
like how they're kind of like, all right, this is a totally different game type.
Ever since, you know, we got the first player feedback from the pre-alpha. You know, like I said, the first time somebody jumped
Could be
aboard
really
that
fun.
Sparrow, they said to us,
It could be fun.
Like,
You know?
Of course you want to race these things.
Like, you could
Are we
not
crazy
like
enough to try
Destiny
that?
and you could like that game. That's how
It's
different it
pretty
is.
crazy. It is pretty crazy.
You could
And I
not
think
be a
once you
fan
get
of
in there and
Destiny
play it,
and
you
like
realize
this
it's not
because it's
a
just a
race,
straight up
you know? It's
racing
a
game.
struggle against good and evil, and like everything else in Destiny, it's an opportunity to become more
Those
powerful
little gates.
and to upgrade your character.
Fight the darkness on the track. Love it. So this is coming out December 8th.
This is coming out December 8th. It lasts for
December
3 weeks.
8th.
3 weeks.
This is our winter holiday
It's just
event.
3 weeks.
So all the way up
It's
to
just for
December
fun for 3
29th.
weeks. Okay.
You can get on the track.
Hey, Bro
race your
Dudex, we're watching
friends, you can earn
PlayStation
some spooky
Experience,
Stuff, earn a sweet ride, earn you know,
which
some
is
sweet
live
gear,
from San
get a
Diego.
helmet, get a racing suit, strut your stuff in the tower.
I'm just
get
capturing the
yourself
Twitch
a
stream,
class
so I just
item.
have,
Looking forward to getting a Warlock armband emblazoned with the Sparrow Racing.
Just have it
League
open in the
logo.
browser and that's
Please,
full
that's a
screen.
sweet
There's
logo, by the way.
33,000
You know, I
people
got a
watching this right
tracksuit,
now.
you know? We're-
Yeah, I love how you came here and you already have all those
I'm in
sweet Sparrow
character.
Racing League stuff.
Yeah, got to get into character.
Nice. So Sparrow Racing League for attendees. This is playable over at Bungie's booth. If you're here at PlayStation Experience, go check it out for yourself.
Yep.
If you win, you just might pick up one of these pretty sweet shirts that Deej brought over that I
Yep.
can't unfold.
Sparrow Racing T-shirt. So, yeah, this is what
If
we'll
we
give you
win,
for your
LOL.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead, throw it.
Sometimes Twitch chat is actually
So
pretty
come on
funny.
downstairs to the booth, check us out. We got playable stations. Get your hands on a
Like
control.
big old
and,
huge
let's
Twitch
see
chat.
how
I like
fast
that
you
we
are.
have kind of a
All right,
smaller
thanks a lot,
crew in
Deej.
here and
It's
we
always
can
a
actually
pleasure talking
discuss
to you.
and talk about
stay
stuff.
tuned to the PlayStation Livecast. We've got a lot more content coming up. We're going to have lots more developer interviews. We're going to have more live gameplay. We're going to be live streaming all the panels. We've got so much great content coming up for you. Let's take a look at
Content.
some Uncharted 4 multiplayer coming up here.
Oh my god. We were playing that last night. Casual fun. Casual fun. We played it last night. We'll probably be playing a little bit more of that. Oh, they're going right back into it.
On No Man's Sky, and
No Man's Sky!
I'm honored to be sat here with QA Ishida.
Hello.
Oh my god.
And we're going to play a little bit of No Man's Sky.
Finally.
The hype! Don't get too hyped about games, guys, but seriously, oh my god.
The game is very, what I would call, like, next gen as a concept. You know, like, I think a lot of people like me grew up as kids wanting consoles where you can just go anywhere. It sounds almost like a kid's version of what a game design would be. You know, you'd be able to go anywhere and do anything.
So this was probably just created.
It's just being generated around us now. You can see.
So when exactly was this generated? You know, when did you? Was it?
Thank you guys for those resubs.
When you decided.
Much love. Drop those nice moves in the chat.
Question. So when I'm stood here, I might be able to see the planet we've just come from.
Right.
Will there be enough to do? Yep. Let's just listen to this. Hold on, I gotta shut up.
Maybe not. It's a bit cloudy. Oh, there you go. Right. So that's the planet I just came from.
Close. Yeah.
And you can't see it because of all the clouds and things, but actually when it's clear, you can actually make out the mountains and rivers and things like that. So it's there all the time. It's just a lower detail.
So these creatures are just born.
Yeah. As you fly towards them, you can see them. Yeah. And they, like, what's cool is that, you know, they're kind of following mathematical paths. And you might see them all. You might see a creature running along and then fly out into space and come back, and he'll be further along from where he was before.
Well, because this planet is very close to the other one, are there some commonality because of the proximity?
No. We can kind of generate things as we go. We're like as you're flying down towards it. It's actually
Is this on consoles?
creating those creatures.
This has got to be on consoles.
Now,
Fucking
if you fly
PlayStation
away
experience.
And come back, they'll be the same creatures every time.
Once it's set.
So this is the sun that we're currently at.
Yeah.
And these lines represent the other solar systems that we can go and visit.
What can you do though? Like, what can you do? It's cool, but what do we do in this game? What do we do?
Or a fighter or an explorer, you would all.
Oh no, Futureman, this is on Nintendo Game Boy, right?
And kind of get towards the center.
Nice fail. Potato moves.
So each player starts from.
What's up, Medicated?
In the outside edge, so everyone will start in a different planet.
Yeah.
And they'll all start on their own little journey. Towards the center. So like, pull back a bit.
This is 3D.
But as like, you have to imagine that every one of those stars has its own solar system, its own little battles, its own types of factions, and its own.
Literally just explore everything.
And things like that.
Do you expect some player to actually reach to the center?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, but it will be a long journey.
Can I do it again?
Do you like gather resources to?
What are these guys flying over?
So these are kind of sentinels. They're watching over the planet. So if they see you killing some creatures, then they'll get mad at you. And
it looks cool.
Prime directive.
Looks like Spore.
Looking at me. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's on. Potato aim.
Unwanted level.
He aims like me. Potato moves, baby. There we go. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Let's see how long you can survive. So you should start to see some walkers start to chase you.
Walkers?
There you go.
Oh, look at all of them. You should not have started that fight, pal. Looks like he has an
much bigger
infinite health.
Really? As you, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit. The gun doesn't look that impressive.
now that you.
But maybe this
I
is
guess,
still early
played a little
gameplay.
bit.
Well, I discovered something.
It's multiplayer.
about this game, you know, this game has been amazing to watch, but now I know it's really fun to play. Yeah, I don't want to stop playing. Wow, thank you for letting me play.
It's been really nice to see you play it, actually. It's a lot of fun.
That guy seems like a cool guy. He's just making his game that everybody's so hyped for. I hope I get worried when games get hyped up that much.
PlayStation Livecast, we are streaming live from PlayStation Experience in the heart of San Francisco. Thousands and thousands and
I thought this
thousands
was in
of
San
fans here
Diego.
have packed the Moscone West Center, and it is a sight to see. It really has been a huge show for us. The keynote's just a little been over for a few minutes.
Oh,
We've
EA
got
is
live
involved in that
interviews,
game?
demos, panels
Oh.
all day long, and actually, speaking of that, right now we've got Robert Cogburn,
Microtransactions.
on Uncharted
Microtransactions.
and we
EA.
is out
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
If a game says season pass, I'm instantly just like,
full
fuck!
access to that beta. Now, when does that beta end?
Season
Robert?
That
pass.
beta's going to end December 13th.
Okay, so we got a couple days here. There's
Absolutely.
This isn't going to end tomorrow or anything, so there's still time. If you want to pick up the game, pick up the Nathan Drake collection, you'll get access to this this beta. And how's the beta going so far? What's the reception?
Man, we are so pleased with the overall results of how the beta is going so far. We've had great engagement. The community has been very, very clear on the type of things they want us to start tuning. One of the goals from the beta
EA
was
has
to
nothing to do
get
with EA has nothing to do with No Man's Land. He was talking about Spore. That is my mistake. That is my mistake. Erase that from your brains. I looked back in the chat and I looked up towards the top, and there was a comment that I made about Spore, and then you guys were talking about EA because Spore. Okay. I'm sorry. You guys could just go into the video, just cut out that clip, and be like, streamer doesn't know what he's talking about.
Is that the Uncharted 4 team, when it comes to multiplayer, maybe a couple of the learnings from The Last of Us might have crept in there. So I'm kind of curious as to your take on that.
Absolutely. You know, the Uncharted 4 multiplayer is a culmination of lessons we've learned from all the multiplayer experiences we've created. And in particularly The Last of Us. I mean, in The Last of Us, as
That's
you know,
the connection we were making last night.
Emphasis on teamwork.
Yeah.
Going lone wolf in that game is challenging.
Oh, yeah.
And teamwork is something that we sort of considered as being one of the main pillars for our game. As
It was
we were
pretty
through
fun.
development for
We had
U4
some
MP.
people from the chat jumping
And
in.
The Last of Us, with its in-game store system,
If
its
you
revive
have it,
system, just the tactical depth you can get.
gonna be
with the
playing that
25
some more.
point or with the loadout system that it has. We really gravitated towards those ideas, not only because they help us balance the game,
Alright.
but because
When's
they're
No Man's
things
Sky
that
coming
makes
out?
For us to just facilitate teamwork.
Did they say something about that?
We have gameplay footage of multiplayer.
It's by Hello Games, small indie devs that made Joe Danger. Okay, thank you, Valdrya.
If we do get the gameplay
This
footage,
is not the information you were looking for.
I know there's a lot of interesting wrinkles when it comes to multiplayer for Uncharted 4, and one of those wrinkles are the sidekicks. This is a really interesting one. These are the characters that you can sort of summon into the environment to kind of help you out. So tell me a little bit about how these sidekicks work.
Yeah, so sidekicks sort of derived from the idea of us wanting to carry as much of the pulp action adventure genre that it's known for, and sidekicks sort of fell into place with that. Typically, when you have a hero in that genre, they have a sidekick. And
All right.
sidekicks.
I mean, I basically was talking about this game all last night when we were playing. We're gonna take this down. We're gonna take this down because he's just talking about everything that we already know. There's sidekicks in the game that you can call in. It adds all sorts of different things. There's considering what they could have done with the multiplayer. They put a surprising amount of content in there in terms of within the actual gameplay. There's different kind of like perk stuff, but then you can also call in different sidekicks or extra weapons. You can also give yourself special abilities, ways to revive teammates. The whole revive system is pretty cool. Like when you knock somebody down, they're down, but they're not out. We're going to be playing some more of this beta right here soon. Cryptic Metaphor, you miss anything important? There's a bunch of stuff. Summer 2016 is No Man's Sky. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. June. I can't wait. All right, guys, hold on. I got to go into the future and play it. Now! Well, that doesn't really block. Oh my god. It's so good. It's so good. It will be pretty good.
Eldorado from Uncharted Drake's Fortune.
But we were playing this. If you missed it, I mean,
Zone from Uncharted 2. You'll be able to leverage the spirit of the Djinn from Uncharted 3.
So you knock them down.
We have a couple of other mysticals.
There's this cool swinging stuff. Oh, he's not going to do it, of course.
Motion comic book. They really add an element
Watch
that
out.
sort of facilitates the feeling of high adventure.
That was
throughout
not.
the
Oh,
course of development,
you're fine.
we're aiming to create things that can sort of elevate the Uncharted experience that people are known for, and mysticals sort of derived from that idea.
There's the
So we're seeing this
purchasing
gameplay
stuff.
footage right now, and I know you guys have a luscious frame rate. It's targeting 60 frames per second.
60
very, very smooth. You can see that
FPS,
in action
baby.
right now, and boy, is that a great feel to a multiplayer.
Like, I feel like people
game.
aren't hyped up for this, but it actually is pretty fun.
Competitive multiplayer shooter. You know, the 60 frames a second, we're getting a lot of feedback from the beta that the feeling of the game is fast and fluid, and a key
Feels
attribute of
good.
that is the 60 frames a second that we've achieved.
It feels good.
The game looks fantastic and feels fantastic.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about the character customization, because the last time there's been, you know, with Uncharted 3's multiplayer, that was a huge part of it.
Correct.
How are you guys coming at customization in Uncharted 4's multiplayer?
Well, with the intention of us really
That's the
trying to
golf
leverage
hat.
this
We
as
bought
a
that.
Castaway for Uncharted.
There's that magic
we've
stuff
backed
going
up
on.
from the level of customization we've had in the past. And instead, we've brought in a wide variety of characters spanning the universe.
I get it.
And all those characters will have unique.
See all those
outfits
different
made
presets, and then you can
specifically
go in
for
and
them, and
customize.
you'll
You've
be
got
able
your
to unlock those
weapons.
outfits as
You've
you're
got
playing the
like
game.
revive
cool.
packs, different
And,
mines,
we're seeing some good
grenades.
action here. We just saw, I think, the Eldorado mystical, which was
It's
like
interesting.
almost fire swarms.
It's cool for them to put this out there. Not like it's not really like Borderlands, you know. The beta runs right now for the next 9 days. Rope swinging's pretty fun. Campaign co-op, I don't know anything about that, Vitamin. I haven't heard about that yet.
So the purpose of the Wrath of Eldorado is to push people.
But
out
it's
of their
fun,
positions.
you know, and that's the bottom line. It's pretty fun.
We really tried to emphasize front.
Going in solo, not as much. But if you have people that you're at least, you know, familiar with, and you know them, or you know, we had people jump in chat, and the healing was just there. It's so important.
And then someone activates the spirit of the Djinn.
Like, I was playing with randoms, and I would pick someone up and revived them, and then I got knocked down. See how that guy's down up there?
Get synergy between each other. One of the other mysticals
You know,
is the Chintamani stone.
then the guy, like, didn't revive me back, and I was just like, really, man? Come on.
The down state, and it has this area of effect.
I think you can play as Sully, yeah. You can play as Sully. But maybe they'll have an open beta. Right now, you'd need to have Uncharted, the collection, to get access. There might be other ways as well, but that's the only way that I know. There were moments that were just insanely hectic. Look at that. The cover system's pretty cool. Yeah, it's fun, man.
The way this works is
It's
that
fun.
when the player throws it out into the battlefield, it creates an area of effect that slows down time. So anyone inside of it gets slowed down.
It's great. Game's looking really good. I'm having a hard time focusing on you because I'm staring at it. But
third-person multiplayer shooters never really work out. I don't know, Wolves. I liked Gears of War. Last of Us was pretty successful.
Multiplayer for Uncharted 4.
Absolutely.
In the beta right now. Tell me a little bit about the pros
Stylistically,
and cons,
you might not fit your style as much, but I can like some third-person shooters.
The pros of the grappling hook are just the maneuverability it gives us across the space. One of the things that we've tried to emphasize when it
Oh, you
comes
meant
to
the down
creating
system,
fronts
you
is
know,
that we
okay.
create spaces that let teams sort of coordinate and move together. And with the grappling hook, that lets you traverse those environments real quick.
The grappling hook's pretty fun.
Aside from that, it gives us a lot of tactical consideration in the space. For example, you could be facing one team on the front, and you can jump out and rope across.
Needs more gameplay styles. Right now, it's just team deathmatch. There needs to be other
Additionally, one of
gameplay styles.
The weak points we saw with the previous Uncharted games was melee. And what we've revamped the melee system a little bit.
The melee seems to work. It doesn't seem OP. It seems like if you use it in the right places, it can be awesome. Here he's picking up somebody who's down.
Going on with the melee, especially
Boom.
now that we fixed roll being able to avoid melee as well. So the grappling hook has been huge for us. We can't wait to share in the future some of the additional things that we'll be doing.
You know, the movement mixed in with all the different,
right? I mean, could you use it?
you know, power-ups, the down, revive system, just all together.
The great thing about the grappling hook as it is that
Just
it's,
outplayed,
it has
man.
an incredible level of player agency.
Just outplayed.
It's not sort of jump and you're immediately teleported over. You have full control of the rope as you're swinging around.
That's great. So
This makes me
so
wanna
far
play.
on the weapons front, I've seen a lot of familiar weapons, but I'm sure you guys got some new ones. What's your personal go-to loadout?
I
on
did,
the
I did, Future Nipples. I got knocked down, but I got up
My
again.
favorite is the
Chumbawamba.
rifle, and then on top of that.
Oh, the swinging shots! Didn't work out. Could have been cool.
Let you deal with mid to
Could have been
long
cool.
really well. And the
SOCOM? I didn't play
generally works out
SOCOM.
pretty well at close range, too.
What happened to that series? What happened to that series? People really like that.
Been so far. I mean, people like it, I know. But you know, you guys are always listening. Naughty Dog, famous for taking in fan feedback.
Naughty
Is there
Dog
anything particularly that you're hearing from
is
the
a
players?
quality
Overall,
studio.
The game's been a smashing success.
That's great.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're getting some feedback here and there about the mysticals. People are really enjoying how the mysticals are panning out. People absolutely love the rope. The feel of the game is something they really dialed in. No doubt we're getting feedback.
Have you guys ever been in a beta and actually given feedback? I feel like I never actually helped participate in the actual point of the beta, which is to give feedback and have them make changes. I would love to, I guess it's to test the connection, you know, stress test the connection, but I would love to see more gameplay balancing. I know Overwatch has balanced a little bit of some stuff, but
from The Last of Us multiplayer, which
I never really
came out
do
of
that.
nowhere, I think for a lot of people, and I'm seeing it here. The game is looking stellar, and I mean, you guys got to be working.
Game Cypher do
working your
both,
butts
man.
off here.
You know,
Go install and play and watch.
March 18th. We're marching to the beat of the game development drum right now.
Yeah.
We're also putting out patches as often as
Siphon
possible
Filter,
for
oh god.
multiplayer.
Zipper
we have a variety
Interactive
of
shut it
issues that
down.
We're going to be tackling day to day, and it's the feedback from the people that are playing that's been the most important for us to actually get
The
there.
sniper's really hard to use.
Last of Us, what I just saw right there. The pegging guys that
But
are
it
down.
feels
It's so
good
fun, though, because,
when you
see,
do
this is what I
connect
love
that
about The Last
shot.
of Us, and I can tell I'm going to love about Uncharted is when a guy goes down.
Yeah.
You're tempted to run out and get to him, right?
Yeah.
He becomes a form of mobile bait.
Sure.
So
Look at
you
this.
can
So he
hit
charges
somebody
up the
down
rope. If you
and
hit
kind of
somebody
sit
while
there
that thing's
and
charged
wait
up, it knocks him
and
down
see
in
if
one
his
hit. Here we go.
teammates will
Come
go
on.
for him.
Come on. At this point, it'd be worth it
Incredible
to pull out your
dynamic.
gun.
It's so fun, so suspenseful. So, I think just sitting
Oh,
here
you're
doing
done.
this segment with you, I haven't had a chance to
Oh,
play the beta.
no.
I'm busy here dealing with this PlayStation
Oh,
experience
no,
stuff,
potato aim.
But, I got to get out of here so I can get home and play this thing tonight because this is looking right up my alley. I think
Yeah,
you made,
it's
you
fun,
made
you
the perfect game
guys.
for me. So
Well, we should party up.
It's
as soon as we get
fun.
home.
let's do it.
You take the
Roger,
surveys, you
thank
always
so
give
much for
feedback,
joining us
yeah.
here at
Sure.
PlayStation
I got to follow
Experience.
through and give the feedback.
Obviously, the Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta is live. If you've got Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, you can play it right now. There's no reason to wait. It's totally free as long as you have Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. Robert, so good to have you. Coming up next, we have Dying Light. Has a big update. It's Dying Light the following. Stay with us.
Dying Light. Dying Light caught my eye, and then I never ended up going to check it out. It's that zombie game. The following. Really? Okay. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think about that? Uncharted, yes, no. Yes, no. I'm giving it a little bit of a yes, you know, because the single player is so good. Like, we know that's going to be Uncharted. We know that's going to be Indiana Jones, action in your face, totally fun. The multiplayer has got a little bit of a different style. You know, they've customized it out a little bit, so it's unique. And I think if playing with some friends, it could be really fun. Dying Light is that, like, fun multiplayer zombie game, right? That looked pretty good, actually. We'll see what this is all about. This worked out really well for me because, you know, I'd never played any of the Uncharted, so that ended up being awesome. Looks like you guys love Dying Light. Underrated, right? See, that's what I was kind of thinking. Underrated. You don't hear very many people talking about either of these games, Uncharted or Dying Light. Really? You know? Dying Light, that came out like earlier this year. That actually got some good airplay on Twitch, if I remember correctly. There were people playing it. Jebred, it looks good, right? Theonix, yes. Dying Light was good. Dying Light was awesome. Hideously overrated Valdraya. Everybody, you know, everybody's got their own opinion. It looked cool to me. It looked cool. Like, this big open world. You can climb around. First person, you can climb around all over the place, and you can collect different things and build different weapons. And I don't know. I was interested in it. I was interested in it for sure. Yeah, Murder Man TX. They got to make it easy for the people to give. You only get feedback. The game desperately needs something that drives you crazy. Yeah. 2 hours. Never returned it. Might have to reinstall. You like the graphics. Game site for the graphics. It looked pretty good, right? Favorite game of the year, Echo? You were loving it, man. Is that good? Damn. Another zombie game. Yeah, zombie games. I feel like it went ahead and did something a little bit different, at least, though. It's not just, well, I guess just the climbing around, pretty much. And then the multiplayer. I think it's one of those games that meant to be played with friends. Again. Santa Monica Studios. Here we go. Is this that VR? What is this? Whoa! Bound. Bound?
PlayStation.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Maciek Bunkowski, and we are going to talk about Dying Light the following. You're the lead game designer on this game, and I know we've got some really exciting gameplay footage, so I don't want to waste anybody's time, and we're going to get right into it right now. So let's roll that footage.
Oh, right into it.
This is a brand new thing, never shown before. Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's take a look at this gameplay. This is really exciting. I tell you, I'm such a huge zombie fan, and anytime we can do something new with the genre, I'm super excited.
All right, here we are.
Let's take a look at what we're looking at.
So we're still playing as Kyle Crane, but it's a completely new story. And here it is. This is our new map, bigger than everything we had before combined. It's the countryside. And we have been lured to this place by a rumor of people who are apparently they're immune to the virus.
Okay.
So we want to check that out. But the people are very close, and they're not very eager to share their secret with a stranger. So if we are to get any information from them, we need to show a sign of goodwill. Luckily, they have a problem. The groundwaters has been contaminated. They need to rely on, like rain. They sent their own people to fix the problem, but they never came back. So if we can help them with
DLC?
that should give us enough leverage to get them talking. Now, here's the thing. The countryside is really vast. And because of that, it's really, really dangerous to go on by foot.
I'm sure.
So, and here's the new thing about our expansion.
Cars?
We're going to take a ride in a buggy.
A buggy.
Buggies. I saw footage of these things, and they are incredible.
Yeah,
and you
just
can
take a
customize it.
Yes, absolutely fully customizable.
Okay.
And that means you can have custom liveries. You can have custom paint job. But the coolest part of that is,
oh my God.
More badass. And on
Hit
top
that
of
zombie.
you
Okay.
can, put like special upgrades, like an electric
It's
cage,
DLC.
for example. We're gonna see that in a second. But to get
Whoa.
access to these upgrades, you have to earn. You have to level up first. You get driver XP
Mow 'em
points
down,
for
baby.
Stuff like that, like killing zombies, destroying environment, jumping off ramps, stuff like
So
that.
not only is it a mode of transportation, it's actually a weapon that you can
Yes,
use to actually kill.
it's a tool for survival and a pretty cool weapon. Yes. All right, so we're almost there. Just need to park our car.
What is this? This
Okay,
is
here
the
we
new
are.
Dying Light DLC.
Let's just listen to this
OMG.
guy. Okay, now let's just get rid of
Boom.
the zombies, and I think that's a perfect moment to show how electric cage works.
There's a lot of zombies.
Here we go. Boom.
Whoa!
Very effective.
Well, it's good because we only have a bat as our weapon right now, so
Yeah,
cars
so
won't be
it's
out.
like a mobile safety zone for you. And here's something not so new, but still very cool: the drop kick. Okay, so now
Fan
let's just get
favorite.
rid of the rest of them. Cut the legs off. All right, almost there.
I love
The
that.
reason there's so many zombie games is because zombie games
That's one of my
have the
favorite
potential to
things
be
too. All right,
awesome.
now we're here.
'Cause you just
and
mow
we
'em
should be able
down.
To talk to whoever's in charge in here.
Oh,
All right,
claps.
let's hear him talk.
You're actually selling something out here?
Roger. Crystal clear, no diarrhea afterwards. Tastes as if an angel stepped on your tongue, huh? 1 gallon
Gonna
for
pop
10
your head
pounds
in.
of food. We accept gold as well.
10 pounds of food for water? What, are you gonna start charging for air too?
Oh, we got us a haggler. Look down there, punk.
Hey, everybody.
That's Roscoe. We turn hagglers over to him. Still want to haggle, huh?
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. I might let
Yeah.
you trade your ride for some water.
What are you doing out
You
there?
asshole.
So be it.
Still not
All right.
Still not feeling too good?
Yeah. Apparently, they don't want
That's
to
good.
cooperate,
Chocolate
so
chip
we gotta
cookies,
go the
okay.
painful way. And talking about pain, we stay
Keep
very
drinking
close
water.
to our community. One of the top things that people asked us for was, we want guns, we want more shooting. I'm very happy to say, here we go. One of the new weapons that we're introducing.
A gun.
An SMG.
She's in and she's
So let's
she's
check
in
that
and she's out of here. Everybody's dropping the love, Future Woman.
You know, zombies and
Yeah.
regular people.
Yeah.
That's always the thing in the apocalypse, is that it's the other people that are still alive.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room in
Now,
here.
guns are kind of dangerous because
So
they're
she
very
popped in
loud.
and popped out
So
really
here's
quick.
something that I
Otherwise,
personally
she would
prefer
hang longer,
across.
guys.
Deadly, silent.
She wanted me to tell you that.
Right, because the gun is just going to attract more zombies to you.
Yes. So, like, if you want to shoot, you gotta make sure that you keep moving. All right. Now that's everyone. Everyone's dead. Let's head inside. Let's see if we can find any survivors.
So she came home late last night and then fell asleep on the
there.
couch, and she was just like these cute little snores. So I took a little picture.
I love the depth of
Check it
black.
out on Twitter.
You know, it's so dark,
She's
but you
like
still
curled up
see
like a
all
little
the
ball.
detail.
Really appreciate it.
Really
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
Now we're also introducing new variants. of
Future Woman.
enemies, like this guy.
Yeah, look at Twitter, Future Woman.
Yeah, as you can see, he's wearing a bulletproof.
I didn't tell you,
vest,
it's too
actually
cute.
an armor, so that it's really hard to just shoot him straight. But
You are
to play
adorable,
co-op,
Future
We
Woman.
used our power attack with the baseball bat to put him into a stagger and then deliver a precise headshot. All right, let's let this guy loose, and let's hear him.
Jazir sent me. Or, well, Esky did. You're one of the 3 who
This
got
looks pretty
lost.
cool.
The only one left. I am Ali. They got thrown to that beast.
Okay, listen, Ali, this place has to be at least sort of operational. Otherwise, the bandits wouldn't have had any water.
The bandits have water here, but
All right,
it is
so
none at the farm.
with his help, we should be able to
Just stomps
set
on
the
that
water
dead
back
body.
to our farm. But let's see if everything's worked correctly. Let's listen to Ali.
It's not working.
Uh
Is it not working?
oh. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Never, anything's never that simple, right?
No, of course not.
They must have closed it. This equipment's fucking ancient. If the pipes burst, we are all well and truly fucked.
I'll get the valve open. Where is
Yeah,
it?
so like Ali poetically put it, if the pipe bursts, we're in deep trouble. We're gonna find a source of the leakage, and we're gonna get to our bodies.
gotta find a
as soon
source
as
of the
possible
leakage.
And follow the pipeline and see if we can stop the leakage. Now, here's the thing. One of our buggies was really low on fuel, so this time around...
Speaking of
both
leakage,
us
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. Be right back.
And as much as buggy, you know, provides certain level of safety, look at that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So here's one way to get him off. So, you know, it's a certain level of safety, but you still got to make sure that you're constantly on the move, that you watch out for virals or any other dangers.
Now, you talked about upgrading it through experience, so talk a little about the driver rank that you have to get through to upgrade your buggy.
So you have to perform different actions with your car. You get experience points for that. If you get enough, you level up. Once you level up, you get a skill point, which you can spend on unlocking a new upgrade. But managing your car, it's not only about your upgrades. You still have to look for, you know, fuel, and you can find additional fuel, you know, in a rack standing in the countryside. But also, every time you hit something, parts of your car wear off. So eventually, you either have to repair them or exchange them for something better.
So you could be stuck out in the countryside with no gas and your car falling apart, and you just gotta go find a new buggy.
And that's pretty much means you're in deep trouble.
Then you're really, really screwed.
Yeah, all right, we're almost there. That's the pumping station. Let's head inside quickly. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's not good. You're going to go down there.
All right, so as you can see, the water level goes up already, so we got to be quick. Let's just hope we have enough oxygen. to find the right valve. Almost there. Here we go. Now just to crank it. All right. Now we still need to have, we need to go back, so I still hope we have enough oxygen.
But I've taken a really big breath.
Yeah. You guys in the audience, you can hold your breath and see if you can manage.
I do that sometimes in movies where I'm like, is this
I do that
real?
all the time.
I want to hold my breath just as long as they do.
I try to do it every time. I probably look really stupid when I do that, but I try.
You haven't passed out yet, though, so you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm getting better every time, every movie.
The place was already flooded, so now what? We just wait?
Yes. Now it should just be a matter of time.
All right, so job well done.
How we doing?
And I have to notice here, we've now gone to night.
Yeah, it got dark.
Yeah, it got
It's
really
nighttime.
dark
Things
really
get
fast,
dangerous
and
at
that
night,
changes
right?
The landscape of the game completely.
Yeah. So basically, our job is done. We could head back to the farm right now, start trying to talk to these people. But as you can see, there's something going on over there. So we're just gonna get back to our buggy and check it out. Now, as you noticed,
the buggy.
It got dark already, and I gotta tell you, the night is even more
I think it's kind of
dangerous,
cool. It's kind of like Mad Max,
than it was in the base game.
but hopefully there's more to do at each of these different places to stop off at. And then there's zombies.
Like a flamethrower.
Oh!
Helps light the way and kill zombies at the same time.
Exactly.
Flamethrower didn't seem very effective, but it looks really cool.
The electric cage that we use remotely, you can also use it while.
The electric cage, now that seems really
Of course,
useful.
We have another guy on a card that becomes helpful as well. Alright, almost there.
Those freaks come out at night, man.
So it seems like it's an airdrop with supplies. So we're
An
gonna
airdrop?
try to get that as quickly as possible.
With supplies.
And get out of here. And on top of that, we got rain. So
Just to make it even more
They should make it,
difficult.
like,
Let's
dangerous.
spend enough of the zombies and the nighttime.
Get
and
it?
Trying to get supplies.
Hurry up.
And not get killed. Now you have the elements to deal with as well.
yes. So get the supplies, get out of here, or not, because yeah, these guys are coming. They're back, and in the following, they're actually even meaner than they were before.
Why would you do that to people? Oh,
They like getting.
Oh my God.
So that's a new close-up,
That's incredible.
and that's it. That's
Wow.
Dying Light following.
That was so great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Hey,
I'm
thank
so
you for
glad
having
everyone
me.
at home got to see that.
Pretty cool.
Those graphics look insane.
Pretty cool.
Now, as night, falls, people start getting stronger and stronger, and so your enemies are even harder to defeat.
Yes, and there's more of them, and there are new kinds that come out at night.
How much does it cost?
So yeah, getting stranded without a car in the countryside, not cool.
So the moral
Not
of the
really
story is keep your car going and get a bit gas. Make sure you get all
make
your
sure you have
parts.
enough repair parts. Keep your car working. Get enough
Nikki,
fuel. Get those
it's
upgrades
the
because
Dying
they're gonna
Light
save your
DLC.
lives.
Now, I was a big fan of the DLC, the Be the Zombie. Will the countryside
Sounds like
map
you
also
guys aren't really
for
digging it in
zombies?
chat. I don't know. I thought it looked all right.
That's awesome. Now, you also have
I
a
thought it
very
looked
other
all right.
special bit of news to share with us.
Yeah.
That I know people at home have been dying to find out. Everyone on Twitter's been talking about it.
So here it is. Which camera? That one?
There you go.
All right. So guys, I have a release date, and Dying Light: The Following is coming out worldwide, all platforms at the same time, February 9th.
Wow. That is awesome.
Oh, is it a
So,
sequel?
In case your Valentine. Yes.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Is it a
Thank you
total
so much.
sequel?
So in case your Valentine is more into
Ooh.
zombies and chocolates, that's the perfect V-Day present. I know what I'm asking
Absolutely, a
for.
perfect gift.
Awesome. All right, Magic.
And you can play our game.
February.
in co-op,
So many
you
games
know.
coming out in February.
See, the couple
That's an
that kills zombies together stays together.
Yeah, that's a perfect opportunity to spend time together.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you
That
for
was a
having me.
really, really special treat. Up next, we are going to take a look at the amazingly beautiful Ratchet and Clank. Stick around.
We're gonna check out what? Ratchet and Clank? Is that what she said? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Drive to survive. I would love it if there were like different vehicles, not just the buggy. Oh! That was a cool trailer. February 9th, okay. Alright. Ratchet and Clank coming in. That is a long time. Yeah, February 9th. I mean, right? It's an expansion, apparently. Okay, thank you, guys. Yeah, I was kind of digging that. I don't know. You need to buy a PlayStation 4. What's up with that? Oh, because Ratchet and Clank feature nipples? Yep, you have to. Up next, Powers Season 2. Okay. Ratchet & Clank, coming up next. Coming up next. The future van. Yeah, we need a van, Fangrish. That's what I'm saying. We don't need a buggy. We need a van. That trailer looked better than the gameplay. Yeah, they usually do. That's what the trailer is meant to do. I saw a recut trailer of Batman vs. Superman. Erica! Pit! Nice moves for the future! 10 months, 10 months, 10 million months. Thank you so much. Erica! FMG love, thank you. Hope you guys keep on enjoying the nice moves. I'm happy to have you guys here. This has been pretty cool. Not every segment has been like, you know, something that I've been loving, but I like taking the time to kind of like see games that are coming out in the future and kind of bounce it off you guys and see what you're thinking. Well, there's Erica. The new Santa emotes, oh gosh. Holiday cheer. How'd I do that sound? A Roland VT3 and then also a Yamaha MG10XU combined for the most epic effect. Whoa. Whoa. The edited Batman vs. Superman trailer is so good compared to the actual trailer. You thought I wasn't going to watch the spoiler trailer? No, I watched it. I'm not watching any of the Star Wars trailers, but I was like, I'll watch this Batman Superman trailer, and it ruins the whole movie. Ruins the whole movie. Everything. Oh my gosh. Lone Hound, that's right. There's Erica, much love. Much love. When is the Kind of Funny thing coming on? I think that comes on in 30 minutes. Will you do that kind of stream for the next E3? Yes. As long as they let me restream this stuff, I'm going to always be streaming this stuff, you guys.
This is PlayStation Livecast. I'm Sid Schumann, and I'm here with none other than the celebrated comic book writer and executive producer, Mr.
If I'm not there.
Bendis.
Hi.
I am so glad to have you here.
How are you?
I am well. How about yourself?
Good. This is my first PlayStation
Retro Games Beater, don't say it.
It's like
don't say it.
All the
just a quick little purge there. Don't say it, just in case nobody saw.
Yes, exactly. Cool.
And, you know, last year you came out with a little series that was exclusive to PlayStation Network called Powers.
Yes.
And today, I'm delighted to say, we're going to take an exclusive first look at Powers Season 2. How does that sound?
Powers. It sounds great. This is the first time anyone's seen
what is this?
Of what we really feel is the next level of the show. We made major changes behind the scenes as far as
Powers?
Big hires and stunts and wardrobe and cinematography, and you know, we have an amazing cast, and we've added some amazing people to that cast, and it's the biggest story from the comics is the centerpiece of the new series.
That's great. So for those of us, we'll check that out in just a minute here, but for those of us who may not have seen all of Season 1 or are not familiar with the show, are you able to give
TV show?
An eagle-eye view
I don't watch
of
TV.
the pieces in motion right now?
This is a world. This is a story about Detective Christian Walker and Dina Pilgrim, who are homicide detectives that work specifically cases revolving around powers. In a world where there are superheroes and supervillains, when a body drops from the sky into a bloody pool in an alley, it's their job to figure out what happened, and by doing so, we tell very unique stories about the superhero genre.
What channel is this on?
Stories that you can't get anywhere else. And it's a very adult look at the world of superheroes from a crime.
Is it DC? Is it Marvel?
Right.
Is it totally original?
That's right, and that's one of my favorite genres, you know.
Yeah.
And you've written some of my favorite books, actually, including Alias, which is Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Some of you guys know about Powers?
The
Okay.
response to that has been insane. Like
That's been
crazy.
wild, hasn't it?
Yeah, my social blew up.
It's a TV show on PlayStation?
you know, having never read comics, just fell in love with her, and it was great. So,
It's
and
on
it was
PlayStation.
like kind of what happened when we debuted Powers on PlayStation last yeyear, where you know it was unique
The
for
show
people
on
who
PlayStation?
are part of the PlayStation family, the PlayStation Nation, to have a TV show being made for them, and
Is
they
it
hopped on board. So we got a second
animated?
season, and I you know,
Is
it's nice
it-
to come on the blogcast here just to thank everyone, because I know
Is
these
it
are
live?
the diehards.
People?
To thank everyone for supporting the show enough to get us our second season. So yeah.
All right. Well,
All
without
right.
further ado, I would
All
propose
right,
that
all
we
right.
actually look at that exclusive new trailer
Yes.
for Powers.
There we
Season.
go.
Does that
Now
sound
we
good?
can see it.
Can't wait.
All right, let's check it out.
The world has been dealt a devastating blow. Retro Girl has been murdered.
Retro Girl.
The city of Los Angeles will spare no expense in bringing those responsible to justice.
Dig into the case, see how far this goes. You do whatever you need to do.
Today, she's gone. What happens next?
With Retro Girl no longer protecting the city, Powers are now free to rampage the streets. Beware.
Powers
if
are
they
the
can
bad
kill
guys?
Retro Girl, no one is safe.
Hello, Daddy.
This is bigger than we ever imagined. How big?
Kids, we have our new Retro Girl!
Bad things are gonna start happening. We could use super shock more than ever. Is there a problem?
Actually, a big problem.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Action.
Always thinking fist first.
Comedy.
It's not every day you get to see a city tear itself apart. It's open season on Powers Worldwide. Here can be full-blown
Whoa!
Powers gang war.
Look at all those people that they got to come out and film this.
Must stop!
This is on PlayStation?
Hey!
Please, we have to go. He's coming.
Alright. I'm not gonna watch that.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, thank you. So you see, just from those little clips,
But it is
we
cool
have,
to think about, like,
added some familiar,
you know,
and exciting faces to the cast.
We sure have.
Sony's
Michael
got
Madsen,
enough
who,
money
we first talked to him, said, "I always wanted to be
to
a
put
superhero."
towards
I'm
to
like,
a show.
"Call me
Like,
a
they're
superhero."
making their own TV
So,
show for
Trisha
console
Helfer
owners. That's kind of
is
cool.
joined as, FBI agent, Lang, which is one of my favorite characters.
I'm not gonna watch
from the
that,
book,
but
and Will
all right.
Wheaton and just so many others. And someone pointed out on Tumblr,
One man,
and then the show kind of
Retro
looks
Girl.
now like Ocean's
Or
11.
one
of
woman.
Awesome.
I guess you can
genre
only watch on
cast,
PlayStation, yeah.
Actors and adding to Charlton and Susan's amazing.
Gotta be honest,
performances.
right?
It's really been an exciting time.
It's a high quality show, high
out there in
production
Atlanta.
values. Okay.
That's great. And you guys are really busy right now.
I've got
You
pretty
guys
high
are putting this
standards.
Season together. I want to talk just for a minute, though, about a couple of these new characters that we've seen. And Michael Madsen, as you mentioned, he's playing Super Shock. And how does this character kind of fit into the rest of the cast?
Well, he plays what was known as the greatest superhero of all time, who disappeared like 40 years ago.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Checked out.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it about a 50%. Okay. Gonna be good for some people. It's cool. Let's more specifically the fact that, like, PlayStation, Sony, they're making their own thing. He's got that watch. What do you guys think about those watches? That's what we should talk about. Are those actually useful? Are they cool? How much do they... Whoa! R2-D2 backpack! I'm just commenting on everything else that's going on. He's doing his hands back and forth a little bit. Oh my gosh, nice hand movement there, and there's right hand. He's like opening it up. He's casual. This guy's over here is like, well, yeah, Powers. You know, Powers is like so good because you just like, you see the superheroes. Nobody else is doing the superhero thing, and you watch it on your PlayStation. It's on your PlayStation. We got a second season. Check it out. I look like Hank from Breaking Bad. Check it out. Check it out. Should I just keep doing the voiceover here? Keep doing the voiceover? Come on, Futureman.
He's a classic.
It's just been a phenomenal. Every actor, on any show, any actor brings.
It looked like they had a pretty decent budget. Looked like they had a decent budget.
Very unique energy.
The disrespect. Dying Hero gave it a chance and then stopped watching it.
Crackling energy.
Everybody's like, LOL, not cool. Those watches are not cool.
But do we have a sense yet of when the second season of Powers is going to be out?
I don't see this on the schedule, man. They skipped the Call of Duty panel, unless they're not showing that.
We're still filming into
Unless this schedule is just not the right schedule. What the hell?
Filming the next episode that I've written, and then we'll be on PlayStation and free for PlayStation Plus members, and they can watch the first season now, and we'll watch it on Crackle, our sister station, if they want. So
that's great. And
Sabrina the Teenage Witch is the best anime.
The biggest change that you think you've made from season 1 to season 2?
8 Resident Sleeper Powers.
Remy Ubashan, who's our showrunner.
Money equals US dollars equals USA. Kipo.
Making sure the show had
At least you can bootleg games on the Xbox 360. Great.
Not that, our comic is very, very stylized.
Cory in the House is the best anime. Kappa. Nice tie. Watermelon flavored toast says creamy.
Specific to comics, but what's that energy specific to television that we could bring that would
LeMayo, Cory in the House.
Be up there with Daredevil and Jessica Jones as far as this cool, stylish mashup of genres, of which I love with my whole heart.
Oh,
And
gosh.
we hired Chris Faluna from Torchwood and Banshee, who
Only
came
here
on
for
as our
Destiny. Where's the raid at?
and just completely Chris Faluna fans, completely redesigned the visual look.
Okay.
Of the show, as you can see from the
All right.
And and we hired Shauna Triptych, who is our costume
And let me explain. This is why. I mean, this actually has really good viewership.
Firefly, and we had her come in.
25,000.
Give this whole thing a look that's so cool.
That's great. I love Firefly.
Cool looking show.
All right. Very good. Mr. Brian Michael Bendis, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you, PlayStation.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you could join us here at PlayStation Experience. Coming up next, we're going to get an update from Ted Price. He's the president and CEO of Insomniac Games. We're going to get a new look at Ratchet and Clank. Stay with us.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why we were sticking with them. Ratchet and Clank, guys. Get ready. Get ready. That's right.
ファイナルファンタジーはですね、1987年から続いているシリーズで、もちろん当時は非常に 2D のグラフィックスでの表現された RPG だったんですけども、いわゆるなんですかね、
Is this Final Fantasy VII
古い
thing?
なんですかね、中世のヨーロッパ風の世界観に、そこにその飛空艇とかメカニクスが非常に融合している、独自の世界観を持ったファンタジー世界のタイトルでした。でそれが1からその6までは一応そういう世界観が続いてたんですけども、7になって、プレイステーションになって、3D グラフィックスが導入されて、よりリアルな世界が表現されるようになったので、7に関してはちょっとなんですかね、
Did you guys play this game? I missed this. I missed this.
より近未来な世界観な表現していて、そ
You
れ
like
が
that?
今まで従来の1から6まで遊んでいただいたプレイヤーのファンの方に対して非常になんだろうな、ショッキングな形で、迎えられたんですけども、ただ非常にファイナルファンタジーの持っている強いストーリー性キャラクターとストーリー性
よくしたとかで、Oh. I wish I actually knew Japanese.
セブンにおいてはクラウドやバレット、ティファ、エリスなどの非常に個性的なキャラクターが表現されていましたので、従来のシリーズと同様にかなり変化をしたセブンというシリーズ
I've played several times. Some people are not into it. Sif Tamer says no. Samanica, yes.
今でも
Demon Souls Remastered, I wish. That would be amazing.
やっぱ
Ezio
り
loved
当
it.
時のWhat's 原作オリジナルの
What's
時
his
代から
toes loves
やっ
it.
ぱりハードウェアも進化していて、ゲーム自体も非常によりリアルで、リアルタイム性の強いものになっていると思うので、従来の旧作の7に関してはいわゆるコマンドベースの RPG の延長上である、アクティブタイムバトルというのを採用していたん
At
です
what
けども、
point did these games
ハー
become
ドウェアの進化だったりもしく
so
はゲームシーン
famous?
の
Like, which
トレンド
Final
っていうの
Fantasy
をこう
put them
考え
on
るとよりこ
the
う
map?
なんですかね、ターンベースというよりはよりこう、まあ、リアルタイムなこうアクションに行くかどうかは分からないですけど、ただよりアクションに近いようなこうリアルタイム性の強い
Keeping this series alive as the technology has improved and changed over the years.
RPG の特徴ってねやっぱり
It's pretty damn impressive. 7 was the one that put you guys are just like right off the bat. 7.
アビリティや魔法をセットしてっていう部分も戦
Really?
略性の部分も大事ではあると思うので、まあ、よりリアルタイム性を増しながらも従来持っているバトルの戦略性っていうのを
Wow, a lot of people say it's their favorite game of all time. Oh my god. All of them are good, but 7 was just the one that killed it. Perfect. Really?
まあプレイステーション4の力をどのように発揮しているかということですけども、まあまだその我々開発中なので、まだそのプレイステーション4のこう能力を全部こうなんだろう把握しきれてはいないんですけども、まあやはりそのグラフィックスがやっぱり非常に
Would it be wrong of me to just jump in and play this remaster totally
スター
blind?
トしたのももちろんオリジナル
Would that be wrong?
作品の
It'd be wrong,
見た目の
Futureman.
こう当時のポリゴンに対して、まあその後に続編のアドベント・チルドレンっていう作品がまあ映画であったんですけども、
I feel like I wouldn't understand the lore.
映画で出したクオリティの
But are the games all linked together?
エリスたちのクオリティでファイナルファンタジー7が遊べたらいいねっていうところからスタートしているので、やはりみんなが想像しているアドベント・チルドレンクオリティのキャラクターたちっていうのが
Hey, what's up, Greg? Welcome back, man.
見えるというのをこう目指したいと思
No,
う
it would not be
ま
wrong.
あそこがなんだろうまさに
It'd be
クオリ
fine.
ティが
Okay.
当時ではできなかった
It's a remake, not a remaster. It's a remake.
が遊べるものになるんではないかなと、まあ、それがそのプレイステーション
Remake,
の
okay.
スペックで実現できるんではないかなと思っています。
Is there already a remaster? Oh, this is the remake. I was the one that was confusing you guys. The remake. PlayStation. Ratchet and Clank.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone, and welcome back.
We
are
know to
still
check
at
it out.
PlayStation Experience, and I have the great pleasure of being joined by Ted Bryce,
This is what we've been waiting for.
founder and CEO of Insomniac Games. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So first of all, you did a great job on stage at our keynote, so I give you a digital pat on the back. But the big news out of that, besides your pat on the back, is that you announced the release date for the next Ratchet
We
and
have
Clank,
milk?
Right.
which is coming to PS4 on April 12th of
you
next
please
year,
give me a
right
glass
before
of
the
milk?
feature film. So do you want to tell us a little bit about one of the points you made on stage was that this project for you started out as a reimagining
So
of the
hot.
original, which many people hold dear. But then it turned into something
Those are
much more.
cookies.
It did, and I know as somebody who loves to go back and play old games.
Futurewoman.
There's always a balance that we hope developers strike
Futurewoman,
between
hi.
bringing enough of the original back to make it feel nostalgic, but introducing new stuff at the same time that'll pull it through. So for us, it was really important to add a lot for Ratchet fans while remaining true to the franchise. So this game,
Odd Bear, nice moves.
It's actually told from Captain Quark's perspective, which really
It's completely reliable.
For the future.
Exactly. It really twists things quite a bit. It has modernized controls. So if any of you played the original Ratchet, you probably remember that we didn't have lock strafe, which is a big deal when you're talking about a third-person action game. So that's, of course, integrated along with all of the other control tweaks we made over the years. Has brand new weapons, updated weapons from the old games, and we've even brought some weapons from the Tools of Destruction and Crack in Time back into this game, which is unique. We have new Clank gameplay, new bosses, obviously updated visuals.
Just like a little bit.
Yeah.
Just compared to the original one, just a little updated. And Greg is actually backstage playing the demo that you guys showed during the keynote, correct?
Right, yeah.
All right. Now, the stuff that we were looking at during the keynote, was that the intro scene where they first have their faithful encounter and Ratchet actually meets Clank? Was that all done in
I see you,
Engine, or
Starbarf.
Are you guys talking about that? These
We're actually doing, the majority of the cutscenes are done in Engine right
Awesome.
now. But there are cutscenes that we integrate from the movie as well.
Oh,
and,
yes.
And so what's nice is that it is a little difficult to tell sometimes what's what. And
That's crazy that
Well,
that's actually happening.
it's cool how far video game technology has come, and I think it has a lot to do with the power of the platforms we work on. I mean, we can render so much more than we could before in terms of complex materials, in terms of lighting with global illumination.
I feel like I'm Santa.
I mean,
I'm Santa right now.
In terms of just the sheer amount of stuff on screen,
Right.
it really helps us get more creative even. Because when we were going back and looking at the original Ratchet and playing through Velden, for example, there were a lot of things that we wanted to do originally that we simply couldn't do. And I'm sure you hear this from most developers who go back to their original games. And now we can do it. And we can make it even more, I'd say, like
I wish I could share with you guys.
Velden, just because, as you can tell, the lighting is significantly better. The effects are have higher fidelity.
Significantly better is an understatement. It looks amazing. It looks really good. I'm so excited because I was actually a big fan of the Future series on PS3. That's what we were talking about. That was like one of the first interviews in the industry was with you guys.
It's kind of weird. That's kind of like I'm feeding you.
And now here we are years later, and you guys get to go back and kind of tell this important story. By the way, those little glowy dudes are the cutest things.
This looks great, by the way.
Thanks.
You guys get ready for the disco gun. Once he jumps over again, it's disco time.
Building minutia that really lends itself to that.
I'm gonna have one more.
You know what? That's really important to us too, because if you're a player exploring these different planets, you want something to help, grab you.
Thank
and
you,
it is
thank
those
you,
tiny
thank you,
touches.
thank you.
And everybody on the team
So
suggests all
good.
sorts of crazy stuff all the time.
So good.
Like things that get cut all the time.
Well, yes, of course, some don't work. But many do, and
Everybody's mad at me
the importance of having a big team
for eating
fully
these in front of them.
invested in it, and also knows
The Groovatron, here it is.
Because figuring out what fits and what
Ready?
doesn't fit is as important as coming up with new stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And Groovatron, that's the correct name of this version of the Groovatron.
Yes, it is still.
Oh my God!
It's a little bit more snazzy.
What about? Tell us about some of the other weapons, because that's obviously what you guys are known for.
Sky Gamers, welcome
really
in here.
creative with your weapon design.
Starbar,
And
yeah,
I think,
put a little
Greg
salt on
has
there.
a
I've done
couple
that.
at his disposal here in the demo, right?
Well, the Pixelator is what he's showing right now, and that for us was again another typical Insomniac weapon where we were brainstorming and thinking what would be cool, and so this also is sort of a nod back to 8-bit games because it changes enemies into their 8-bit versions, and of course they break into blocks.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, awesome.
So when you kill them, they actually they sit there for a while, and then you can go smash them. And they
This
turn into
gun's
little
cool.
personalized blocks.
Watch what he does to this one.
That looks so good. Do you have any other weapons in this build, or was it just Pixelator?
Does he get it with that one?
Groovatron?
Let's see, Greg, what do you got there? Okay, we got the Combustor.
Classic. Nice and simple. I like that one.
And the
Boom,
Combustor for me
baby.
has always been one of the.
This looks fun. Is this as fun as it looks?
Because in a third-person action
Is this
adventure,
as
you
fun
want
as it
something
looks?
that's
It
sort of
looks
a meat
so
and potatoes
fun.
fence, something that'll work.
It looks simple but awesome.
Upgraded this one too. The bomb glove is something that was one of my favorites from the very first Ratchet, mostly because it's just easy and it has an area of effect.
Right.
But the key for
You
us
guys
with
are
all of
dropping
our
those
Ratchet
nice
weapons
moves.
is to create a strategic balance, so that when you built up your arsenal as you're moving through the game, you have the right tools at your disposal as you're encountering these different types of enemies with different behaviors. And we definitely ask players to think hard about their choices. The other thing that we've done too with the weapons is we've changed the upgrade system. So
Oh yes, please tell me more
Upgrade
about that,
system.
'cause I
Let's hear
love
about this.
Upgrades are the best.
It's deep. So you go in and
Deep.
as you're moving through the game, you're collecting raritanium,
Right.
and you use those raritanium shards to choose what aspects of these weapons you want to upgrade. And every weapon has several different stats that you can upgrade. But better, as you're doing it, you get to unlock really cool new abilities for the weapons. And it happens on every weapon, and there's a cool UI screen that allows you to go in and get lost, really, in the whole upgrade scheme. So yes, and that was, for us, with the Ratchet franchise, it's been important to make something that's more than just an action-adventure. It's something with depth, something where you have a reason to go back to previous levels and explore to find stuff you didn't know was there. And that's driven by the economy in the game. It's driven by weapon upgrades and other things that we introduce.
Awesome.
Was the last one on PlayStation 3? Was that the last one?
Greg's actually about to jump into Kermon.
Oh, yes. Good.
Which is Metropolis, again, reimagined from the first game. This was actually the first level we built when we were demoing the game to Sony. This is the first one that
good choice.
We put together. Well, yeah, it was one of the.
The
what
Groovatron.
I remember is how we were building the traffic patterns. And if you, Greg, at some point will probably look out over one of these areas. There you go.
Oh my God.
And you can see in the background, you can see some of, yes, way back there, you can see some streams of traffic. And of course, he'll encounter that as he moves further up the level. But this is a big level. And back then, we were really trying to push the PlayStation 2 hard in terms of what it could draw.
Right.
And fortunately, we can push it even harder.
Just a little bit further. And this, the density of visuals that you guys are able to achieve here is just incredible, and I love it. And again, it has the world building.
Oh my God.
It tells a story. You guys mix in your humor as well.
The trains look cool.
How you get all that stuff together as a studio? Like how you wrangle.
Is it really easy though?
Collaboration. I mean,
Is
it
like
really
super
first of
easy?
all,
It looks kind of
it's nice
easy.
to know what the franchise is all about. So we've all worked on Ratchet for a long time, but we open it up for people to solicit, to submit ideas.
I like there to
And
be a
then
little
the
bit of a
creative director
challenge.
Who's responsible for shepherding all those ideas, collecting them, and then asking,
But I guess
is this
there's-
consistent? Does it work?
There's
Does it
the
fulfill what
yin
we
and the
wanna do with
yang.
the
There's
game?
the
And so that's
Bloodborne,
been our
and then
structure for
there's the
years,
To
and
the
it's
Moon.
worked.
You know, the
I
yin
also
and the
wanna,
yang of
publicly
difficulties.
Thank you for putting so many breakable crates in your games, because I have like this weird.
Well, look at
thing
these
with
future
breakable crates.
trains.
I love breakable crates.
This is futuristic
I
right
basically just
here.
break them and collect gears all the time.
Do you like
It's
the clean
future world.
things?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
a
too.
little.
See, I can't stand it when I walk into a messy room.
Great
I have to clean it up,
animations in
so
this
and
game,
then
yeah.
just like this.
You just take a wrench out, you just start smashing your whole living
Whoa.
room.
Yeah, and then
Ah, he died.
Okay, he died. That's all part of the show.
Noob. That's what everybody in the wrecked.
So what else? Once you guys built this demo, like how did you guys in development kind of build out the rest of the game? Like how did you approach it? What is your process? You guys have done Ratchet so much
The
now. You
FPS
guys
drop
have the
though. Okay, so that's on
experience
them.
able to like really feel familiar.
You guys are getting
Well,
it
it usually
too.
starts with the macro design. So it's an overall layout of the game. And so
Nice
it's pointing
frame
out
rate,
where the
come
player's gonna
on.
Go, what he or she
What
can
is this
earn
game,
in
WildStar?
different spots, where we want the player to backtrack, and that ends up being a sort of a Bible for the game. But along the way, we're always open
I'm gonna
to
type a little
modifying it.
something in
And
there.
in this case,
I'm
we
gonna
did
type a little
when
something
we
in there. Let's
realized
spread some
that
holiday
we had an
cheer.
opportunity to make the game much, add to the game. For example, we put 3 new planets into this game. For all the existing planets,
I must
to go to,
connect
there's
to
significantly
Facebook
different
Connect to
gameplay
send
than we
messages
had
to
in
this
the original
channel?
in terms of adding new spaces. We were also
What?
working with the guys making the movie as well, collaborating with them on the story.
I have to
because
connect
we
to
wanted make sure
Facebook
there were
Connect
points where the game and the
to
movie
chat in a
intersected.
Twitch
Now,
chat?
It's important to note that this is not a movie
What
game.
the hell is
This
that
not a
even-
game
what?
that, is using the movie story, and the movie isn't using the game story, but they have some really cool moments where they come together.
But this is a game based on a movie based on a game.
That is true. Yes.
Probably the best trailer moment that we've had.
No, I'm not gonna
I
do
have
that.
A personal question for you.
Yeah.
Did you guys put the negotiator in this game, or can you not reveal that as of right now?
I'm gonna let the art.
Sorry guys, in order to watch me here at Futureman, you have to connect to Facebook Connect
For
now.
some reason, that like it's such a simple joke to have a missile launcher as the negotiator, but I saw that and that was like my favorite.
That's what they do with
weapon for
all
the
these big
longest time in the
streams?
Future series.
Interesting.
Just like
Why?
the name
Why?
stuck with me, and then
Is
I
there a
started
reason?
using it,
They
and
do
it's
that in
super
League of
handy
Legends
as
chat all
well.
the time.
Effective weapon.
And poured a bunch of resources into it.
Fucking weak.
What are we seeing right
Yeah,
here now?
sauce.
Where in the story
Here's
is
the
this
sauce,
level
it's
take
weak.
place?
This is fairly early in the game, and Ratchet and Clank have just joined
Facebook.
this new group, or this group formed by Captain Quark, and they're going on missions to sort of prove themselves as a galactic
Is that to
rangers.
hold people
And
accountable for their
Quark
like
is sort of
if they're
directing them,
banned? Does that like ban
and they've
them
just saved the Hall of Heroes, and the adventure will unfold.
from all
and there are lots
accounts
of
that they
twists
try
and
and
turns
link
there
to?
are.
Maybe it makes it harder for people to be shitheads and keep coming back. Maybe it's a security thing.
Thank you so much for
Security.
sharing your experience with me and with us at PlayStation Experience here. Now,
Security?
real quick, do you have
I'm
any
not
final
logged in, no.
messages for the PlayStation Nation?
I'm not logged in,
especially
no.
Ratchet and Clank fans.
Just thank you.
Prevent
I mean, over
spammers,
the years,
advertising.
For us as developers, it has been awesome.
Bots.
Watching the love come in for Ratchet
guess it
and
does
Clank
do that.
and-
It's to get
and
rid of
realize that
bots.
people
Oh.
understand what we were going for, which is making games with heart, games that
Alright.
demonstrate friendship.
gotta be a better
between the
way,
characters,
though. Come
and
on.
Games that have humor.
Then
And I don't
Facebook,
think we
that's
see
the
that
way they
too
stop
often
it?
Today, but our fans have really appreciated the fact that we can occasionally make people laugh. With
Awesome.
I like that. I like laughing during a
Thank you,
good
Ted. I
old
appreciate it. And,
classic
do not go
romp
anywhere,
through a
everyone,
video
because
game.
We have a lot more show here in San Francisco at PlayStation Experience. Pretty soon we will be going to a panel on VR. So if you have any interest in PlayStation VR and the next generation of gaming technology, please do not go anywhere. We will be back.
Like, I hate to be this guy, but he looks like kind of like Moby, doesn't he?
For everything. Thank you
I
so much
hate
for
to be
joining
the
us. Thank you again,
comparison
Ted,
guy.
And
It's
stay with us.
It's the worst. But like he really did. He really genuinely did. Like people come in here, they say, "Futureman, you look like Jesus." We get it all the time, and I'm like, it's FM Jesus, GESUS, FMGESUS. Get it right. But he looks like Moby, right? Oh, they're filing in for another for another something on the main stage here. This music, though. Hey, what's up, Pep? It does not stop people from being idiots or assholes at all. Okay. Great. Stoner Knight downloading To the Moon right now. Have a fantastic time playing that game. This music, though. Facebook. I have Facebook. It's a good way to keep in touch with some people, but I check it very sparingly. Very sparingly.
I don't see anything.
Why, hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to our very first
Beard,
panel
bald head,
of
glasses,
PlayStation
Moby.
Experience.
Yeah,
So
Jet
good
Red,
of you to
right?
join us. A lot
Hey, what's
of
up,
you
Sourdough?
here. All right.
Let's see what this is all about. Is this, what is this, Call of Duty? Is this the...
So as we saw from the PlayStation Experience keynote just a couple hours ago,
Is this
there's
the
a lot
PS
of
I Love
action
You?
happening on the PlayStation
With Greg
VR
Miller?
side. A lot of new games, and we wanted to sort of bring together some new voices as well as some old voices here. So we have Mr. Nick Sutner here, Developer Relations. You probably saw the two of us up on stage. Let's hear it for Nick Sutner.
I'm looking on the schedule. I don't know what this is.
Yes, we have Dave Ranyard.
Very good. Yes, that's me.
You work at Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, London studio.
Yep.
And why don't you tell everybody what you're working on?
So we've been working on VR for a while, actually, 2 or 3 years. But on the show floor here, we've got the London Heist, which is a...
You can play it here at PlayStation Experience. Very good.
The Heist.
You get to play a London gangster for a few minutes.
Who wouldn't want to
Pretty
do
cool.
that? We've got Anton Mikhailov.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us. You work for Media Molecule. Anton, why don't you share a little bit about what you're working on right now?
Yeah, so like after the Morpheus R&D finished and we went into production, I moved to Media Molecule to work on Dreams, and I've been working on the UI for that.
They're talking about VR?
So we're not showing anything in VR yet. We're experimenting with it, but we don't quite have it, ready to show today. But
Don't force
I've been
it.
working on the user interface, on the DualShock and the Move controllers to kind of do the creative aspect of it, and then probably we'll be helping out with the VR technicalities of that as well.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us, Anton. Next up, another legend here, Jamie Griesmer, who you may know as one of the guys who's worked on a whole bunch of titles, whether it's Infamous Second Son, on and on, Halo, I mean, just on and on. His reputation precedes him. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're
Halo?
working
Never
on
heard
right
of it.
Yeah, so I'm the creative director at Highwire Games, and we just announced our first game.
Wools, what's the link about?
Very good.
What's the link
Saw
about?
that one in the PlayStation keynote just a couple hours ago. Looking good, looking good.
Oh, this is
By the
about
way, we've got
VR. This is for sure about VR.
Mizuguchi, who,
Why isn't this on the
needs
goddamn
no
schedule?
introduction, Am I right?
Legend.
That's right. And Mizuguchi-san, you showed off Res Infinite, which will be coming to PS4 as well as PlayStation VR. So thank you so much for joining us. Do you have anything else you'd like to discuss on VR or what you're working on?
Not yet.
Okay. We'll get back to you soon enough. All right. So I think there's a lot to talk about when it comes to PlayStation VR, but by all means, Nick, you can talk at some point. But there's a lot to talk about here with PlayStation VR, and I think I've seen some of the panels, I've seen some of the presentations, I've seen some of the talks. And it tends to get into this kind of nitty-gritty kind of technical discussion, which I think is very healthy, early in a new technology. I mean, back in the 8-bit era, you're talking about pixels and compression and all this. And I think that's what's interesting about VR is this is a whole new world. This isn't an iterative step forward. This is a leap or a bound forward. It's a whole new situation here.
Yeah, and I think now you see VR hit a point where we can sort of stop worrying if it works, because it does work, and now that's why you guys are making games. And now you can sort of play in that space and be creative and just worry about the game you're making, and the technology faded the back a little bit versus just the art that you're
What
working
else is there
on.
besides
How's that experience
PlayStation
been now?
VR?
Like, I guess as I'm sure guys have sort of dabbled in it over the
Oculus?
years, sort of watched the progression of VR, like just leaping into it fully.
Isn't there
now
something
and
called
embracing it as, like, a new
the
medium.
View?
Like, does it feel like something brand new?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I think
There's a lot of
for
different
the designers,
types.
it's like discovering a new world to go and explore because, I love making games, but quite often you're innovating on a known mechanic. So you're doing cool new things, but with VR, you're doing huge leaps, and something that's never happened before. So certainly in our studio, the designers have just gone, wow, this is amazing, and they want to get stuck in. I mean, there's trouble with that as well, because you can go down some dead ends because you really don't know exactly where to go. You can use as your best guess, but it's been super exciting for everyone because it's so new and so different.
I'm pretty excited about it too.
Actually, I mean, you're sort of one of the
I really am.
folks who helped make shooters work on a console, which is a massive accomplishment, obviously. And now I think you're, from our discussions, you sort of looking to do that a bit in VR, not so much shooters specifically, but like trying to solve some of those key problems. And how are you approaching that whole world?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's why we're making the VR games, because it's new challenges, new problems, new game design that nobody's had to work on and had to come up with solutions for before. And so I think there's two ways you can go about that. You can just sort of try to bring over whatever worked last time, which like shooters on a console tried to do that for a long time. Or you can just sort of cast a line and see how far you can go and come up with something that is custom made for the media that you're
making shooters work on a console. They did a good job with that.
Ideas early on of sort of where to go with that different sort of VR ideas.
The two sticks.
Like, how did you settle on Golem? I mean, we haven't seen much of the game yet.
It was nice. It was a nice move.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are we're sort of we start with the design, right? And so we looked at what can we do in VR, what have other people done, and honestly, what do potential players want? And the gap is huge between those two things. And so we really started with prototyping and control schemes, and I always start with controls and that core loop, and then we
What's up, Madam Butterfly?
We had in that, and we've kind of built a world and a game around it.
And putting you on the spot for a second, what is it you think gamers want in VR?
Yeah, I think they want what Lawrence Fishburne promised when he sat us all down and said, it's all around you, and you can touch it, and you can taste it.
They want Morpheus.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, if you die there, you die for real. You don't want that. But that's what everybody
Matrix jokes,
knows
love it.
About VR, and
love it.
Or think they know, right? And so you can't then offer them something that is only part of the way there and expect them to be excited. Like, they've already seen the Matrix, so they know what
it's supposed to be like.
Yeah, what it's supposed to be.
You're dipping the toe into the...
Yeah, so, our take was, let's just see how close we can get.
Yeah, it's hard for these
Do you
guys.
guys think that really is seriously, though, is where this is all going in the long run? Like, one of the things I was hoping to focus a little bit on here in this discussion, as well as talking about some of these games, is, what does VR look like in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, in 30 years? Do we think, I mean, hard to say, right? We'd all be very, very wealthy if we knew. But where do you really see this going when we look at the full promise of what VR can bring?
I think it's going to be mainstream.
Would you,
I think it is.
Would you have any thoughts on that?
Eventually, it will be like
the future.
The future.
Yeah, can I speak in Japanese?
Sure.
Because I want to discuss the very detailed discussion. 例えば今レゾリューションとかを見ても、さっきテクノロジーの話はちょっと置いていってたけど、やっぱり結構テクノロジーの話は重要だと思っていて、レゾリューションが例えば今例えば HD から 2K、4K とか言って多分 8K ぐらいあると本当にこういう感じになると思うんだよね。で 3D で 8K で 3D のサウンドオーディオになった時にやっぱり体験としてはもう本当に新しくアップデートされると思うね。本当に大きいイノベーションが来ると思うんだけど、なんかそれが始まったんだと思うので、それが多分 5年で実現するかもしれないって考えると結構そこは早くクリアすると思う。まずね。
So, I don't know if the mic's going to be on. Is it on?
There we go.
Oh, it is on. Okay, so
that's a lot to remember for her.
I don't want to get too technical because I know you had that sort of statement, opening statement, but I do think that certain very sort of fundamentals of the tech behind VR and everything that comes with it is very important. At least for me, what I think is that, if we've just seen, even in terms of resolution, we made that advancement to HD, 2K, we're at 4K, 8K.
8K?
Is in the future. I already know that. And to add to that, the 3D audio is another very, very important and key component that brings the experience alive and then enhances it and elevates everything. So it's visual, but it's also audio. And
have you guys
the
tried VR?
entire sort of,
It is.
Cycle of that is what's going
It
to.
is amazing. It is
bring
mind-blowing.
VR, hopefully, to a lot more.
The
in the
potential
mainstream and the
is
mass.
there.
And so, if
And
I
we will
think,
get there.
Maybe perhaps in 5 years, we can be there in the 8K 3D audio. Even in terms of audio, it might be a different environment. But when we get there, I feel like this environment that we're in right now, live in person, it will be pretty similar feeling as if we are actually sitting right in front of each other and having this conversation.
Yeah.
Another follow-up question as well from Mizuguchi-san is...
it's like $100,000.
You know, Rez has sort of been infamously...
She's just translating. Yeah, she's translating.
Really. I think it's a game people have always thought about, even when it came out. It always ahead of its time, and it might still be ahead of its time, but now it feels like the time is perfect sort of for VR and everything. And I'm wondering sort of how far back you were thinking about it as a VR game, even if it was long before it was possible. Like, have you always thought about different ways of playing Rez? Because it just seems to be such an amazing fit, and I think what we saw earlier looked incredible, and you can see immediately why it works.
多分みんな同じだと思うんですけど、ここにいるみんなは最初なんていうかな、例えば解像度が低くて2D でこうフレームも4x3 とかそういう時代がずっと長く続いたわけじゃないですか。でそれって結局僕ら結構なんていうかな。
What all of a sudden like started making people like? Did the technology all of a sudden become discovered? Like, did somebody create the VR goggles? Like, all of a sudden we have all these different companies making the different VR things, and gaming is all about it. Is the technology just finally there? Did like somebody figure it out? I feel like the idea has already been there.
And I hope the gentleman next to us, next to myself, all agree. You know, we've been making games for a certain number of years here collectively, and very likely when we all started, we were still living in 2D, 3D was still years down the road. You know, 4x3. What we were trying to do with the tech and tools that we had is that we wanted to try to improve and iterate and find every single opportunity to make it feel advanced. Meaning, we were spending so much energy in trying to make that come alive, but now that we're basically able to do that, we can then use that energy or half of the brain cells that don't have to go in that department. And it's almost like we have a whole new world of imagination that we can apply to then what is it in VR that we can do. So the basics are done, and now it's like opening up a brand new door and a brand new field of ideas to sort of pull in to VR environment and see what we can do.
Question for Anton, because I think this is interesting. Like you're so much closer to kind of the R&D part of it, to the tech part of it, the nitty gritty. What do you see happening with VR in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? I mean, how do you see this medium kind of evolving, and where does it go from here?
Well, I think my Japanese isn't very good, but I think you said multimodal at one point.
Multimodal.
Yeah. So
Sorry, I didn't get that.
No, it's okay because it's a weird tech term. But I think the point is like in Rez, you obviously had the synergy of the rumble, the audio, and the visual, and you're basically trying to bring all of these different input-output components together into something that kind of connects to you.
Right.
So I think I sympathize with that a lot because sometimes it's not just adding stuff, but it's just making all the components work together better, because the 3D audio helps the visuals, and that's not obvious because when you watch a movie, no one really, like it's very rare that people give awards for like best audio composition that goes with the visuals. Like they do exist, but everyone focuses on the visual effects. But so much of that is actually the backing of the audio. So that's why we've invested so much work into the 3D audio text, because actually
something you don't really think about.
The resolution in a way, like it makes the objects feel more real. So having that come through, like it's obviously 8K per eye, like that's a good minimum bar, and then resolution, and then input and output, so haptics and things like that. Kind of making that all work together will make you feel like you're in the space more, which is I think kind of what your vision is kind of make it really feel like you're in the same environment. And I think you need to tap all the senses together, and then something magical happens again, in the same way something magical happens when you get
It's
a high
cool to
enough
know that
refresh
these
rate
guys
and
are
good enough
working on this.
tracking
You guys
and
talking
good
about
enough
the
display
Virtual
and
Boy.
everything.
Oh,
The
God.
next step of that is like the ears come into the picture, and then the hands
Virtual
come into
Boy.
the picture, and then so on and so forth.
And I think as someone who's working on UI specifically in VR, you mentioned film. Like in the film world, I mean, great editing is editing you don't notice, and I think that's probably going to be true of VR UI as well, where
So
you shouldn't
true.
have to think twice about the fact that you're in VR. So, sort of what along those lines, what like key lessons have you learned, or any of you guys learned about really things like sort of things you just stumbled into that hey, that works great, and we're just gonna leave it, or like things you really don't want to do? Any funny stories?
I watched a video on green screens and or no, special effects in movies, and you really only notice the bad special effects. And the clip highlighted that the good special effects you just won't even notice because it's that good. And they like stripped away the special effects to show what was actually there, and you're like, oh my god, that was special effects. It's so good.
Is something that we have to think about, which I've never had to concern myself with before.
That's cool. So, hey, Dave,
Can I interrupt one?
Dave, I actually had a question for you, because the heist and the things that you've been working on in the VR space have been, gorgeous. They look tremendous, and I encourage everyone here at PlayStation Experience, if you're able to get one demo with it's very impressive. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think the number one thing that a VR experience has to get right is? So if there's one thing a VR experience has to get right, what would you say that is?
It's to transport the player to this other place and make that believable. I mean, it doesn't have to be realistic, but it has to be believable, And that's, for me, and I've said this a lot to the team, actually what we really want to do is to make people forget that they're in VR. So we're here talking about VR, but actually when you go into it, we don't want you to be thinking, I'm in VR. We want you to be thinking, I'm a gangster in a gritty lockup in London. And for us,
Interesting.
There's two heist demos. One
What's
of them,
up, Pearly Nerfic?
You're holding these move controllers which give you hands, and you're in front of a desk.
The new emotes are looking
That,
good.
a lot of people put the move controllers on the desk, and the desk isn't there. And that's just a really great validation. Again, it's only like 5 minutes long, but it's a great validation that we've succeeded in taking you to this other place, and making you believe that it exists. So for me, that's the number one thing.
Anton, what would you say to that question? What's the number one thing a VR gaming experience has to get right?
No, I think I agree with Dave. It's just sort of nailing that feeling that the person forgets, that they're in VR. With, obviously in the back, safety considerations that they're not.
I don't know
like,
if when I was
"Oh,
trying
man,
out the
can
VR,
run
I
with
forgot
that."
I was in VR. I was just like, this is
you gotta
amazing.
that's the self-consistency things, like believable, right? Part of the believability is establishing
I was just
an
like,
environment
whoa.
that is like self-consistent with what you want the player to do. So it's sort of a. I like the word believability more.
What's up,
than
one night?
realistic. So I think that's,
It can be a crazy, world from an amazing creative. Could be
and in
black
fact,
and
it's
white,
better if
could
it's
be
crazy.
anything.
It's actually the stupidest stuff in VR ends up being really compelling. Like the first debug thing people usually do is float a cube in front of you, and often that floating cube is like more compelling than a fully realistic scene because you've never seen a floating cube.
Yeah.
You're like, that's strange. How is it hanging?
And if anyone hasn't seen Super Hypercube in our booth, game about a floating cube, and it's great.
So, I think that the most important thing, is to kind of keep your eyes open in a way. Like you try stuff and then keep the stuff that you actually think is good. Don't just blindly like march on just because, you thought this was going to work or whatever. Just like take it one step at a time and
you have to constantly evaluate your work, I think, which is one of the things that's great about being in a new space. But you can't, I think like you say, you can't go, right, I'm going to do this. And sometimes you might see people and they might take a traditional game mechanic and just kind of keep going with it in VR. And I'm not, that might be one of the dead ends that you can end up going down. I think you need to reevaluate.
I use your example a lot, actually, when I talk about UI, because there's a big gap between when analog sticks came onto the platform and when you guys made the first, like, in my opinion, good analog stick shooter. Quite long gap, actually. So I think there's lots of great games in the middle of it, but like after that point, it was, okay, well, that's how we do it now, pretty much. Like there's tuning on top of that.
And it took a while
but
to
I think
get
a similar
there.
thing will happen with VR. There's going to be tons of great experiences, and at some point, someone will get something that's like, oh, well,
That's
this
really
is a good
right.
template to run with.
Interesting.
And then you get the content that like, then it becomes easier, and you can focus more.
Then
on
people
the
kind of will
experience
get
and less
it.
Focused on this, kind of just what.
Wow.
How do we make it work?
And that's how I'd answer the question. Like, what's the most important thing about a VR gaming experience is that it's a game. right? And as soon as you have an objective and a skill that you can master, and you're plugged into learning kind of mechanics, the VR part just kind of wraps around you, and you become enveloped in it.
Cool.
And all the kind of hiccups and oddities of VR fade away because you're focused on your
Assassin Ghost, I do think it's going to be the future of
That
gaming.
we're
I do.
really talking about gaming, especially. I mean, that's in like PlayStation.
Eventually.
That's what all you guys are working on. VR is this wide spectrum, and I think there are a lot of sort of more like non-gaming experiences in that space too that have been shown in the past few years. But you guys are really working more in the gaming space, and is that more just by nature of being sort of game designers and having done it for a while and wanting?
I think
to play
people
in
are
this
always
new
going to like
space, or
classic
why
gaming.
did you end up on that end of the spectrum?
Keyboard, mouse.
Well, like,
consoles.
at
I don't think those are going to
actually
go
a little
anywhere,
bit off
but
the
VR is
right?
going to have a strong
I mean, we're
presence.
making
People
a
are going to
game,
like that,
obviously, and there's
especially
gonna
once
be, like,
games
big
get good.
content
Once
to it,
games
but we're also
get
making a tool that
good.
makes the game, and actually, it's also
People are gonna
possible
be
to
like,
make
"This is
movies
awesome."
and animations and all sorts of stuff within Dreams. And obviously, game is the core kind of driving part of it because it's PlayStation, but it's easy enough to knock together a scene or a movie. And one of the coolest, exciting things for us is that it's very hard to make VR scenes on a desktop because you can't get the feeling for what the scene looks like. So actually what you start to realize is that if you don't want to be constantly taking the headset off and on, you actually want to be creating in VR. So like, and it's actually really compelling to create in VR, and I think other people are finding that as well. So there
Who is that guy?
The strongest non-gaming application, in my opinion,
He's
I've seen is
awesome.
actually creating worlds and whether to watch or to play later. So those are the
We started out, the first demo we made was the Deep, where you're a diver and you go through this beautiful sea and you end up getting attacked by a shark. And it was very light interaction, to be honest.
Also terrifying.
Terrifying.
I'd be so scared.
She's still talking to me, thankfully, but in therapy. Anyway, and that wasn't really
Yeah,
a game,
Future
it was
Nipples,
an
it's
experience.
early.
But for us, one of the reasons for doing that was just to do something simple well. We didn't want to like bite off more than we could chew to start
Optical,
with.
I think people are going to
And,
be sick, yeah.
The team did a great job of just, it's very simple. It's just designed to get you to look around, really. You've got fish swimming past and things like that. So it's a very, very simple, light
Alien isolation.
acclimatization to VR.
Yeah,
But
Funky
we
B,
learned an awful
I
lot
agree
from that,
100%.
And so then, as we've done other things after that, we had those building blocks. So I think it was, it is an interesting spectrum between like the like you say, the non-gaming things and the more gaming things. And for us, we found that those helped us get to the gaming stuff.
For Mizuguchi-san, was there a moment or an experience
is awesome.
in VR or something you saw when you knew now was the time is right that Res will now work in VR? Was there a experience that inspired that and let you sort of do it now?
He's going to talk in Japanese, so I'm going to turn it down while he talks and talk to you guys for a second. You know who's on the nice list? FMG's Moose, Duke Spartan. Yeah, dude. Alien Isolation in VR, that would be insane. That would be insane. I don't think VR as now will work outside from vehicle-based games. Yeah, imagine flying through space in VR. That's going to be very soon. Isn't that already a thing, kind of? Oh, she's talking. Hold on. Saltfish. Nice moves for the future.
From day one. So we were just limited in the technologies that was available at that time. So this is what I had always dreamt about making, and that now the technology has caught up to Res, if I can say that. And so it's given us the opportunity to pursue Res in VR.
まあでもみんな同じだと思うんですけど、その何かから影響を受け
One
る
Night
っていう
Stand,
より
hell
も、
yeah.
こんなものを
Erica
作りたい
Pitt,
っていうものの
Holodecks on Star Trek, yeah.
やっぱりそういう
Do I think it
VR
can support
ってすごく
fast shooter games? Not yet, but they'll figure something out. They will figure something out.
なんていうかな、
Not yet, though.
やっぱりその3人が言った
The guy who's awesome is Anton from Media Molecule. Thank you, Double I Kenna. Thank you, Anton.
で、
Okay.
このイリュージョンって現実とはちょっと違う新しいそのイリュージョンの体験ってなんか人間の意識にすごく影響を与えると思うんですよね。だから多分今までゲームがやってこなかったような意識に何か作用する何かことっていうのがゲームって多分起こり始めると思うんだけど、それって多分クリエイターとかそのデザイナーからするとそのなんていうかな、そのスペースがどんどん空いてきたっていうことなんで、これは結構チャレンジでもあると思うんだよね。
So it's not just like one thing, one experience, or something that triggered or affected me to say, okay, now's the right time. This was convincing enough, so I'm going to go into VR. I think hopefully everyone will agree here is that at first it's kind of this dreamy image or picture that this is what I think I want to do in VR, or it would be great if I can do this in VR. And so there's all these like cloudy, dreamful sort of images wandering around. As you guys were saying earlier, actually, about the whole believability, it's not realistic. It's not the photorealism or the realism in like the realism that we're pursuing and trying to make this picture work. It's really the believability factor. I wholeheartedly agree with you guys. And for me, it's, I use the word illusion. So it's, here is real, but here's an illusion that I can create in VR that feels real, but by sort of thinking of it as an illusion, it's really, as you said, Jamie, earlier, I think it was tapping into your senses. And it's really sort of triggering or elevating something in the human conscious that will then open up another sense or trigger something else. And so it's a brand new sort of area of experience, or something in your head or your body that you're feeling is getting sort of relieved or opened up. And so that's the experience that I feel like I'm pursuing, at least in VR.
Very good. One question I've got for you, and it's almost a little, not that VR is not a philosophical discussion, but I'm curious, I think, we're at the sort of standing on the threshold of this new sort of, totally new revolution almost in gaming, right? I mean, this is not, if you haven't tried VR, who here has tried VR in some form or another? Okay.
Oh, yes, sorry.
That's a pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah. If you haven't, who has not tried VR? Okay. It is impossible to describe VR. It really is, don't you think? I mean,
he's right. It's really hard.
Impossible to do.
I'll give you a little.
Elite Dangerous already has VR.
And
it's amazing. No Man's Sky.
CPS VR. A couple booths that are showing games
to VR going for that.
You couldn't book, but you can go check out the booths. One game is called Distance, a racing game that's right near the VR stack, and a game called Nog downstairs as well. Cool floating head games. They're both showing on PSVR, and I believe maybe one more in the Loading Human, another game. So there's a couple of games around the show floor too, even if you weren't able to book an appointment. So. Pro tip.
Yeah, it is impossible to describe though, because one of the things I think is so interesting about VR is it opens up mechanics, it opens up experiences that honestly on a 2D flat screen you'd be like, after 2 minutes you'd throw it down and be like, I'm playing Call of Duty or whatever. So one of the things I want to ask you guys is, what do you think the secret to a sort of or the key to a successful VR movement is? What does a successful VR movement look like? Because I feel like it's such a grassroots technology. It is not the kind of, yes, PlayStation.
Right on, Greg. I'll check it out.
PlayStation VR, and I'm sure there's a big marketing campaign behind it and all of that kind of stuff. But like we were just saying, it's impossible to describe. So how do we get people to try it? How do we get it in people's hands? How do we get people to want to try it? How do we articulate it? How do we really spread, if you will, the gospel? Because I can honestly promise you guys, you haven't tried VR, if you get the right experience, it's a knockout. There's nothing like it. What would you say to that, Dave?
Well, every time we go to a show, there's huge demand for people to try it, which I think is why all the slots got booked up in however many minutes. And even things like this. I've been doing, a few different panels and talks, and I guess, 2 years, 18 months ago, it was still a bit of a novelty. And now it feels like that's changed. And which you've kind of highlighted, I think, that it's not a novelty, it's the future coming, and people, it's not if, it's when,
That's
and
right.
what will it be like. So I think people want to try it, but yet you do have to try it. So I think one of the ways to get that to happen is to make great content. People buy PlayStation VR
that's what needs to happen.
And I think it's kind of that simple, actually.
What games are they going to make, and
Provided
how are they going to work?
Provide experiences that you can share easily with your friends, then those people will try it and they'll go, do you know what? I want one of those.
Game Over Greggy has not been on yet. Nope.
Work like that.
Not yet.
Yeah, once it kind of gets rolling, I think it'll just sort itself out. At least it's you got to get that initial push. And we've done a lot of subtle stuff like
Assassin Ghost, yeah.
I'm going to revert back to slight tech speak, but in a way,
Funky B, I totally agree.
Like you said, it's a bit simpler than a grander vision. It's like you make it easy to put on and take off. You make it, you make the cable lightweight. You make it just convenient. You don't make it sweaty and smelly and foggy or whatever. Like you solve, those are actually all really difficult problems. Like you try to demo VR for 8 hours. How do you make a headset that doesn't fall apart, that doesn't smell crazy, all of these things, you sort it out, and all of a sudden you can have a trade show where you get 450 people a day. Then it's a logistics problem, like why are the demos 5 minutes long? Well, it's like you divide the time of the show by the number. So you got to get the throughput up, you got to get the quality, and then the second screen stuff that like I know London Studio has been pushing for very long, like one of the key supporters of it, is when you do bring it home, how do you get people like to see it while you're in there, so it's not isolating. Those are all the things that get the
when
movement
we first
going.
showed the Deep, I think, which was what, 2 years? Anyway, GDC 2014, and having the social screen.
Pirate Nate, thank you, brother,
you
man.
can see somebody kind of goofing around in VR,
it was
but you
nice.
can see on the screen the big shark coming to get you. He's like, I want to have a go at that.
VR's cutting edge.
It's pretty obvious.
Kind of increasing
That's right,
accessibility,
Megapleb,
right?
I think so.
What do you think about that?
I mean, it's tough to explain.
Minecraft
It's also
VR,
really
that'd be
tough to
cool.
Make a trailer, like a
Be
2D
cool feature nifs.
trailer that explains why your game is different and unique, because they're going to see it on a flat screen,
yep.
right?
We need the content.
But luckily, it's incredibly sticky. Like, you don't have to spend 3 hours in it to get why it's cool. You have to spend 5 seconds in it.
Cost,
So
that'll
these
be
guys
interesting. How much will it
they're
cost?
the vector, right? They're the ones that are hardcore enough to be the early adopters, and then they have a VR party at their house, and everybody gets to play for 5 minutes, and then they go to Best Buy on their way home.
So the secret to a successful VR movement is you. I tease. Mizuguchi-san, what are your thoughts on this topic?
So I want to say in English. So I made the vibration synesthesia suits. So this is LED, but inside LED, we put the 26 vibrators inside. So you play Res with the synesthesia suits, you can feel the vibration with music. So the vibration has a texture. So you got the sound and the beat and the kick, dun, 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 and the kick and the snare, dun, 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 dun. So the vibration has a texture. So you can feel something. Oh, this is a music. But this is the many people losing words, no words, to describe that. But I think this is a really good thing. This is just beginning, but after the experience, we try to say something. So this is like a baby, it's like that. But anyway, you should try that. So I think
Can I try it?
Yeah.
Let's go backstage.
Is that loud just for me? That is so loud.
You want to try to say something, right? So I think the virtual reality things is like that. This is just beginning.
Frost
We
boob.
don't have much words, but we try to explain, and everybody doing, same
Nice
thing.
moves.
We present something, and the people play and say something. Journalists say something, and it's like getting the phenomenon a little bit slow first, but
Thank you for
I
that
think it's
sub.
getting a huge
That was so
power
loud.
in the future.
Frost boob,
I
get in
think
here.
We'll come back to the grassroots nature
So
of the beginning
loud.
of it. The beginning in this wave of VR has been
Didn't
a lot
show up
about
in chat for
developers
some
getting
reason. I don't know. That's a
excited
stealth. That's a
and
stealth
technical-
sub.
and
Thank you,
technical
Frost
people getting
Boob.
excited working together.
Nice
I
moves
can't
for the
expect
future.
that's just because it's so cool and it's like
Everybody be respectful. That guy, it's a second
and
language.
so I think
I think he was kick. I think he was knocking it out of the park. That's better than I can speak any second language.
As well, I think.
Yeah, and it's a great
know?
point because,
And he
every
gave it
day
a
I feel like
shot,
I read about another
and it was
famous
good.
developer who is getting into VR, making a VR experience somewhere or another. And I always think to myself,
Frost was like, yeah, that was pretty loud.
I mean, they could probably make more money by going and doing something a little bit more sort of mainstream, right? I mean, VR is not really
And
a
didn't
mainstream
show up in the chat.
concept
Is that a
right
Twitch
now.
thing?
And there's this sort of there's this adventurous spirit, I think, with so many of these developers that they're willing to, to make that investment because they're excited about it, and that speaks volumes, at least to me.
It's a voyage of discovery.
There we go. I turned it down a little
You can
bit.
find gold. You can find an amazing experience.
It's a gold rush.
Yeah.
And it's great that Sony's making the investment too. To really
Sony.
make sure that there's good content.
Next, and you get people like Nick who can go to all the awesome indie developers and pick people in and in. It's like
dev kits.
But as an indie, it's so hard to show your game as it is. and having to carry a PC with VR and like all of this is like really difficult. Whereas like if you just have a console, like plug it in, here's the package, like it just works, and it's just so much easier. Like when you're trying to sort of spread the word, like you said, the last thing you want is technical problems.
Guys,
so having
I got to turn
like,
it down for a second here. I am going to go out to dinner with Futurewoman, and then we are going to go to, what museum are we going to? The Museum of Feelings. We're going to go check out this museum. So I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to host it up right afterwards. If you guys want to continue hanging here and discussing VR and discussing whatever, I'm going to host it up right after I popped off here. Thank you guys for hanging here. Thank you guys for everything. As always, I'll be back on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. There we go. Yeah, this was cool. Every time we have the opportunity to do this, I'm going to go ahead and do this stuff because I like the idea of hanging and seeing what they have to show off at these panels. I'm all about these conventions, and I think, you know, some panels are better than others, but this was really cool. And I'm going to end the stream so you guys can get back to watching the discussion on VR. And then I'll be hosting it up tomorrow as well, just to host all day long of this, because I think it's tomorrow as well. So, everybody, if you guys want to keep on hanging. If you're going to be moving on, keep on moving on. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I might pop on while we're hosting it tomorrow and just kind of like talk in the chat a little bit. Everybody, keep up the nice moves. Thank you, as always, for hanging. I love this. And I'll see you guys in the future. See ya.